just a burden on your shoulders, but I don't want to be, so I'll keep on pushing forward. Oh, you haven't seen the last of me.
Welcome, everyone, to day one of the Lungmen Dragons Bingo Lockout playoffs, powered by Arknights. Hello, everyone. My name is Viper. I am joined here by my partner caster, Zarathan. Zai, how are you excited about today?
Oh man, we finally get to see all these players that have been grinding IS3 go head to head in this Bingo Lockout tournament. It's going to be a test of player ingenuity, skill, roster, and most importantly, how they're going to react to things on the fly, and I'm very excited. How about you?
Yeah, I'm super excited. We had an amazing show match yesterday between Aha and Goody that kind of set the stage. I'm excited for this format. I feel like it can provide for a lot of different types of gameplay, and especially for us as casters, I think that it would be very exciting to see what these competitors come up with now that we're on to the bracket phase. Remember, guys, and everyone in chat, the previous part to this tournament was not an open bracket. It was more of a qualifying phase featuring a speed run of IS3 Surging Waves easy mode, I believe. And that kind of competition requires a completely different set of skills. Zai, what are your thoughts about the results coming out of that?
I'm actually glad to see a few familiar names, some players that have been in the Arknights Twitch viewer community for some time, and even some streamers. But as we were hoping, a lot of players who we haven't really seen in community events. So I'm really glad to see that having Arknights sponsor this event is really getting the community involved, and I'm really hoping it can put some hype and life into the community, especially moving forward into the next event season.
Yeah, I'm really impressed as well by how many people got involved with this qualifying phase. The sheer amount of skill that we saw just by the sheer numbers that were outputted, that was really impressive. And hopefully, going on to a 1v1 bingo lockout format, that kind of competition doesn't end there. We'll have to see very soon. We will be starting the competition very, very soon. We're moving on to our top 32 bracket, but before that, let's cover the rules for the bracket phase so that all of everyone in chat, as well as our contestants, are up to speed. So, welcome to the bracket format of the Bingo Lockout tournament. Let's quickly run through the rules real quick. Players will be competing on a board of 25 objectives. This is bingo. You guys have played bingo before. Once the tile is claimed by a player, it is locked and cannot be claimed by another player, just like your standard bingo. But the main difference in this case is that instead of going for a line or a diagonal, players will win by claiming 13 tiles, and that is the definition of bingo lockout. The first player to claim 13 tiles on that specific board will be declared the winner. So to give you a pictorial representation of what that looks like, it looks like this. So board of 25 squares. Once one of the players, so blue or red side, once one of the players reaches that 13, they win. And of course, note that every single board will feature different criteria. There's going to be different challenges available, some really hard, some really easy. Hopefully, as we move forward with the competition, we'll see a lot of interesting criteria that must be met to obtain that tile, and that is the purpose of Bingo Lockout.
All right, so for those of you who were here yesterday, you'll be seeing the same information, but for those of you who are just joining us, today we're going to be playing all matches and all further matches on Surging Wave 0. Again, if you want to know why, it's because we couldn't determine what difficulty a player was playing at, just simply from their single screenshot, but now that we have live feeds of everyone, we can now move on to Surging Wave 0 and play at normal difficulty. Players will have a set time to prepare after the board is revealed, so how this is going to work is that the players will not know what boards they are getting until they are about to play. Once the board is revealed to them, they will have about 5 or so minutes to look over the tiles and see what challenges they'll need to prepare themselves for, and afterwards the matches will begin. Once the match has begun, a timer will begin as well. The first set of matches, so our sets of 32, will be 30 minutes each, and a little bit more time will be added incrementally as we move up the bracket, proceeding towards the finals. Finally, players are allowed to restart the run in order to clear challenges, and they may do so at any time, as many times as they like. However, players are not allowed to start with a floor 3 bonus. They may pick it up if they get it on the way, but they may not start with it, nor may they withdraw any ingots, just in case you're wondering why our players will not be doing that.
Awesome, and I believe that our viewers will probably be a lot more familiar with it once we do show the match on screen. So if you guys are a little confused by these rules, you'll see very soon how everything will play out. Quickly, we did want to celebrate our winners of the qualify phase that are passing on to this bracketed phase. Going down the road, this is our first 19 contestants. Number 1 coming in at 19 minutes and 24 seconds. We have Dr. Toglo. That's an impressive time. Zai, how crazy is it that these players can complete it less than 20 minutes?
That is an immensely good time by all standards. I personally am amazed by anyone who hit sub 20 or even those in the low 20s, because as we mentioned on our previous stream, the sheer amount of RNG you would need for that is astounding. You would need an end of times relic, which allows you to quit any one combat that is not a boss fight, or you would need to luck into having a key path which takes you out of combat, meaning you only have to fight 1 or even 0 fights on that floor. In addition to this, the most optimal boss to fight is actually the last night, because if you just kill everything at spawn, it is a faster time than boss number 1. So not only are you just rushing it, you are also escorting this very squishy unit, and you have to kill it in as quickly of a time as possible. So the meta that the players came up with was completely amazing to me, and I am very excited to see what some of these top time players are going to be offering for us. But who else did we get, Viper?
So I'm seeing quite a few familiar names, fortunately. I've seen Sprazen before around the community. I do recognize Blue X is also here as well. Drails, Dr. Drails, content creator for Arknights as well. So it's good that we're seeing some familiar names, but there are a lot of other names that I just have not seen before that I've received pretty high times. Wow, it actually looks like in the top 10, a lot of these times are very, very close, like 23 seconds, 24 seconds, 25 seconds. That's, wow, a lot of these times were very close. My big curiosity in this case is, just because these players are super fast at doing a speed run, does that mean that they can also incorporate that kind of skill into the bracket phase in a 1v1 bingo tournament? That'll be the main question. Any familiar names for you? I'll go on to the second page.
Well, on page 1 we did have Lurky. I think I've seen him a lot in my community. And on page 2, did I catch a Dr. Tobo, a certain Arknight streamer in the PST time zone who really likes Passenger? And wait a second, isn't that Everec from your channel?
Oh yeah, that's Everec at the very, very end. Placement 32. Everec actually did reach the finals of one of my previous tournaments. Very, very strong player. We'll see how he does in this format.
And apparently we've got 2 Alexes in here, so if anyone wants to see an Alex versus Alex matchup, cross your fingers.
Which
I
one's
would
the
love
better
to cast
Alex?
that, by the way.
All right, moving on to a few examples. We love to showcase some of the fastest clears that we received. Zai, take it away.
Here we have our first place, Dr. Tuglo, with of course the legendary 19 minutes and 24 seconds. And am I correct in understanding that that is in fact the ending 2 relic? So it looks like Tuglo did actually kill the boss that last night with Texas Alter. And for those of you who are wondering how you would do that if the boss keeps on freezing you, Texas Alter skill 3 and Golden Glow skill 3 are fire and forget skills, where once the skill is activated, even if the unit is stunned or frozen, the swords or the drones will just keep on going. And of course there is Chulter, who attacks twice in one hit or one action with her skill 3 activated, so she's just, you know, getting some strong hits in and then getting frozen and then hitting and getting frozen again. So a very ideal team for this overall. And of course an end of times, so a completely ideal run, end of times for quick combat, ideal boss team. Overall, no wonder Tuglo was able to get this time very, very well done. And here's Dr. Alex's, again, another ending 2, and it seems no Golden Glow this time, but Texas Alter and Chen Alter are very much carrying it home. I'm not 100% familiar with all of these relics, but I do see a rapier for more arts damage. That's got to help Texas Alter out. And interestingly, there's a cursed relic in that lineup, so I mean, someone on this team had a debuff, and that seems really interesting.
Interesting. So by the looks of it, I clearly haven't played much IS3 myself, but that end of times relic is crucial, I'm imagining, for a speedrun in this case.
Yes, End of Times allows you to fail any one stage that is not a boss stage, and leave it with +1 life point from whatever you had. But, contrary to popular belief, you do not have to fail the stage in order to use it. You may simply enter the stage and then hit escape, click quit, and you will be spat back out onto the map with +1 life point to whatever you had. So if you quit with 10, you'll have 11.
Wow, I can imagine the thought process going behind some of these players. I'm pretty sure once this kind of format was announced, given that the qualifying phase was a speedrun, a lot of these guys probably sat down and cooked up a lot of different strategies to just cut off as much time as possible. So that's very impressive.
Indeed. And looks like we've got... hey, are you making me look at all the Alexes? Aha, very funny. But what's really interesting to see here is that there is a wiener Uncle Horse. I really wonder what the use of Uncle Horse was here, and it looks like this one just went for the standard boss number 1. With Syracuse and Pasta? Man, I really want to know what this run looks like, because based on the relics and the units, this looks like an utter mess, but somehow Alex pulled it together, so hopefully we'll see an equally strong performance from them in the Bingo Lockout tournament.
And finally, our 32nd place, Dr. Everest, coming in with a clear. It seems like Texas Alter is actually used in all 4 of these samples. Texas Alter must be a really strong operator for this entire IS3, so we'll see how much she is used in today's tournament. Yeah, a few more operators here. I don't know. 21 minutes, 34 seconds. That's still an incredible time compared to the top players. So, you know, just 2 minutes apart. I feel like that 2 minutes can really just mean one specific stage, maybe? But I'm not sure. Ideally, we'll see how these contestants incorporate their speedrunning skills into the brackets tournament, but we did want to stop and showcase some of these special clears. Really, really impressive by the community to come up with such fast clears. What impresses me the most is how compressed the times were. The fact that the only way to qualify for this tournament was to be between that 19 and 22 minute frame. That's incredible, honestly.
And I would like to just interject here and say that I would like to thank the community as well for taking to this so well. We actually had a grand total of 975 submissions, not unique submissions, but 975 total submissions, so attempts to get into this contest. And I appreciate all the doctors who submitted in their times with the chance to get on this tournament, and for supporting Lungmen Dragons in hosting it.
Yeah, absolutely. But the thing to remember is that we are actually moving out of this qualifying speedrun phase and moving on to the bracket format. So let us actually take a second and look at the bracket ourselves. This was set up a few days ago, as all of the participants were finalized. We do have a 32-man bracket here all the way to the winner. This is a single elimination bracket. All of the highlighted games, actually, sorry, I apologize. Only a few select games will be showcased on stream, and then starting the semifinals, both semifinals and the grand finals will be streamed live at this channel. We're going to be focusing on a few select games today. We're going to start out. Our first game is going to be between Tobo and Renbit. If you guys look down on the left side, that will be our first match, and then we're going to move on to the right side of round 1, and we're going to stream Alex versus Alex, the legendary Alex matchup. Those will be our 2 first matches, and then after that, we'll see what happens based on the rankings.
So what you're telling me is that someone behind the scenes arranged for an Alex Bowl.
Yeah, someone did it. Definitely not Zafang, surely.
Yeah, surely. We are consummate professionals.
All right, well, I believe we'll get the contestants in here very soon, and we'll start off with our first round. But Zai, given your experience with IS3, what do you think our competitors should be worried about coming into this format today?
I think that these players, especially those who are not used to Arknights in a competitive format, or even in just sort of just anything that isn't just strictly gameplay, may have difficulty keeping track of what tasks need to be done. As we saw in our exhibition match yesterday, some of those tasks, like silence 3 separate enemies, not all in one battle or one run, require you to be very, very mindful of what you're doing and what you've already done, as well as having the awareness to call that out to the moderators. And for those of you in the chat, if you are wondering why a player did an action and did not have it ticked off on the box, the player must knowingly and immediately call their action out to the moderators. It may not be retroactively granted. So these players are going to have a lot on their minds, both playing the game and trying to get their boxes ticked off and trying to play counter moves perhaps to cut off the other player in what they're trying to do.
Yeah, I feel like the first 5 minutes analyzing that board is going to be crucial. I feel like it's just so many words at once, but not only do our competitors have to read every single challenge on the board, they have to come up with a strategy to tackle as much as possible. One super interesting thing that Zai and I were discussing yesterday during the show match between Eha and Goody was that, is it better to go for one super fast complete run, trying to, curve out one specific, path of challenges, or is it better to take a more sneaky route and maybe try to pinpoint some of the really random challenges and then go for a complete run? So we'll have to see what our competitors do today there. But Zai, given that we did see that match yesterday, what kind of decisions within this entire web of IS3 do you think will be the most impactful for our players?
I think that above all, these players are going to need to decide what they want to do and stick with it. I think that wavering or lacking confidence is really going to come bite players in the ass if they spend too long thinking, or if they perhaps get distracted and lose sight of the few tiles they were trying to get, or maybe even overextending and trying to pick up, say, quests for 8 tiles at the same time and making a team that's too weak to get past the floor 3 boss. All of these things are things that players might have to watch out for, but I think as we move through the finals, through the semifinals and finals, these players are going to start picking up how playing this bingo board feels. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing if we will start finding some sort of meta from these players, especially because in our 3 to 4 day speedrun challenge, a meta was formed very, very quickly. So I wonder if these players are going to craft their own sort of meta in their own way.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm super excited to see that. And it looks like the first round between Tobo and Renbit is starting very soon. So let's go take a look at their board, which is being set up. So right now, as you see, guys, chat, viewers, the board is blank because we're still waiting for the countdown from our tournament moderator. How this is going to work is the moment the board becomes visible and there's going to be a lot of words on it, that's when the timer's going to start. There's going to be a 5-minute countdown for both players to sit down with their game. They're not going to start yet, but they're going to be able to just view the board, just read it, come up with their own plan, and then after those 5 minutes up, we'll show the gameplay. They're going to get right into it with the countdown, and we'll see what happens. We'll see who wins. But yeah, I'm excited. I think yesterday the board that we saw, it was cleared in about 40 or so minutes. This is the first round, which means a maximum of 30 minutes. And Zai, what happens if the players, if both players are not able to get a lockout, which is 13 tiles within those 30 minutes?
If both players have not achieved lockout, then the winner will be determined by the player who has the most tiles. If both players have the exact same amount of tiles, then play will continue until one tile is taken and the tie is broken. And here we go, we've just gotten the board populated.
Oh, wow, okay. Oh gosh, that's a lot. Okay, let's start from the top real quick. Have 3 different reserve operators deployed, okay. Oh, I feel like that's a pretty awful challenge in itself. The fact that you have to waste 3 slots on that.
Not if you do a goody 5.
True, like a quick reset. Travel through a passageway, have 4 4-star operators. Interesting. Any challenges that stick out to you?
Let's see. Well, to clear a stage without getting hit might be, I don't think it's too hard, especially given that in the opening floors, there's not a lot of ranged enemies, so you could go solid ranged knights, but that might be a little bit twitchy. What I really want to know is if someone's going to do Conviction Gaming again.
Honestly, given how poorly Goody's run went yesterday, I'm not sure if people are going to be enticed to do that. Some of the easy ones I've seen so far. So at the very center again, defeat the floor 3 boss. That really goes to show. Free tile for whoever is able to just steamroll to the 3rd floor as fast as possible. Skip a recruit. That's pretty easy, right? I feel like that's something you can do super off the gate. Maybe that might be a pretty bad idea though, especially if you want to go for a more successful run. What does it mean to get cursed? What is that?
Do you remember when you asked me why the dice was rolling in between floors yesterday?
Yeah?
So when you move from one floor to another, you roll the dice, and if you have a high light, then the lower you roll, and like it's fine. We might not even see this come into play because this is Surging 0, and they will be starting with 100 light, meaning they'll have to do a lot of leaking and a lot of fighting in order to get low enough to be cursed. But if your light is low enough, say around, I believe it's 80 or so light, then you have a chance to be cursed. So if you roll low, like a 1 or a 2, then your operator will get a condition, like be frozen for 15 seconds on deployment, or activate skill immediately when SP is full, or have minus 50% HP, attack, DP cost, and redeployment time. So those are curses.
Interesting. Okay. Wow, I did not know that that was contingent on leaking, but we'll see how we'll see if anyone takes that square. That sounds like something that isn't as easy to get up off the gate. Yeah, honestly, I'm really curious. I feel like looking at this board right now, there's a few that I would go immediately off of a more like failed run. So, for example, the conviction tile that, have an operator stunned. That's pretty easy. I feel like first person, just grab one of those operators, activate the skill, conviction happens immediately, right? Some operators such as Spectre, you have to require charging up that skill, using it entirely, and then having her get stunned. So I feel like Conviction is probably the easiest answer to get that off the gate. Super easy one tile. But we saw yesterday that, Goody did go for those gimmicks, but he got punished greatly, Do you think that we're going to see both players try that strategy out, or do you think both players are going to try to put that on the back burner for now?
I think that what we might see is a sprint to floor 3 because, let's think about this holistically now. If you consider all these, that all the tiles are available, it might just be easier to try and make it to that center tile, defeat the floor 3 boss, and pick up whatever you can on the way. And once you've gotten it, then you can start going back and seeing what else you can fill in. Because if this were me trying to figure out my plan, my opening move, I think that what I would be doing is trying to spend 0 hope on the first floor, or possibly buying 2 recruitment vouchers from the floor 1 shop. You can definitely clear a floor 1 emergency with no E2s at this difficulty. Depending on who your operators are, you could definitely bring only auto skills to floor 1. If you have a fast redeploy, you could have the same operator die twice in one stage. There's a lot of tiles here that you can just get out of the way on floor 1 and 2 on your way to floor 3, assuming that you, keep your wits about you.
Yeah, I'm very excited. You're right. There are a lot of those conditions that can be met within the first floor. So we'll have to see very soon. I believe the countdown is slowly rolling down. Only 1 minute remaining until both contestants enter the map. I'm very excited to see who does what. But this board so far, it does seem like a step down in difficulty. It doesn't seem too difficult to get some of these challenges. Leaking 5 enemies in a single stage. That's pretty good, right? That's not that hard. So let's see how this tournament goes. All right, I think both of them received the countdown, and they have started already. Both of them selecting their squads right now.
Ew, Blue Woman!
Oh,
Ew,
classic.
Blue Woman! They're both using Blue Women. It's over, chat. It's over.
Wait, are you serious? Wait, both of them opted not to take Texas Alter?
No, one of them brought Ling, Renbit brought Ling, and Tobo brought Texas Alter. Blue Woman!
Oh, does Tobo play any niches? You know him pretty well, right?
Tobo plays caster. Oh, he played caster knights, but oh man, try starting where your cheapest operator is 21 DP and her name is Aya Fiala. I dare you.
Oh gosh, yeah, that sounds real bad. But hey, here we go. He's now starring that Texas Alter. Very fast clear. It looks like neither of them have taken conviction on operator that can stun themselves, so it doesn't look like they're gonna go for that route.
Well, they might pick Conviction up later, perhaps on floor 2 or 3. I'm wondering why Tobo isn't trying to get Texas Alter killed for the get an operator to die twice in the same stage. But this is also floor 1, so I don't think anything can kill Texas Alter quickly enough.
Oh wow, it looks like Tobo ended up using the die. What exactly does that die do?
By rolling the die, you apply a debuff to the enemies, and depending on how high or low you roll, it is a debuff to enemy movement speed and enemy attack speed. So basically, you just use it to keep your operators alive a little longer, or to stall enemies while you're waiting for an operator to come back. But more importantly, I wonder what Tobo is doing with the looks like Plume is trying to spawn camp. Tobo, you know we're not doing speedruns anymore, right?
Oh no. Well, he is trying to get past the stage as fast as possible right now. Renbit on the top screen. That big Chungus. Wait, that man just.
Look at that! Both of them have Gopnik.
Oh.
I wonder who's gonna get the tile.
Oh. Oh wait,
Because
you're
they have
right.
to declare, and it only says encounter, not beat. So like, is it just the first person who yells, "Yo, pick me"? Like, hey
Oh
guys,
yeah. Wait, that's.
you have to call it out. Remember?
Wait, is neither player calling it out? Maybe they're waiting for the stage to be done. Because clearly.
I don't know. I don't know. Is it like first come, first serve? What's going on here?
Wow, Gopnik slowly walking around that stage.
Wait! Oh, Tobo, no! You could be getting Texas Ultra killed. Oh, I think he actually is
wait.
trying to.
Did he
For
do it?
have the same operator die twice in one stage.
Oh, but technically, I saw Renbit's dragons also die. I mean, I guess that's not the same operator.
Well, they're technically not an operator.
Okay, we'll see if Tobo claims that tile, guys. The tile that we're talking about, chat, is the one near the middle. Have the same operator die twice in one stage. Clearly, Tobo had Texas Ultra die twice to that Gopnik, I believe. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. He has not claimed it.
Let me just check in with the back end and make sure our board is actually, like, you know... Oh, there we go. There we go. It is functioning. It is functioning, so our players just have very, very, very short attention spans.
Okay,
Or,
interesting.
colloquial, they for gore.
Oh, did Renbit just go ahead and skip a recruitment? Is that what happened?
I believe that is what happened. I'm not going to comment on the Gopnik situation. Oh dear.
Wait a second.
Well, I did predict that players would have a lot on their minds. I just didn't see it kicking in this early. But you know what? Hey, it makes for great television.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, both players playing the same exact stage right now. Renbit's still ahead by just a little. I can't really see which tile they're looking to claim. I just, in the corner of my eye, I feel like early on, Renbit could probably just do an easy challenge like League 5 enemies in a single stage, right? You know what? Do you think he should just do that?
I would honestly save that for, well, I mean, I was going to say an emergency, but what is Tobo doing?
Oh no.
Reset.
Oh no. Wait, no
Yes,
way.
reset.
What? How is that possible? He had Texas Ultra.
Well, the Texas Ultra wasn't E2, so if I had to guess, because the other units weren't really, you know, combat ready, they just got overrun by the stage. And looks like Tobo's going in for a reset. So will he be doing some of that floor 1 gaming that we saw Goody 5 doing? Oh, but he did encounter a Sarkaz enemy, so, you know, look on the bright side.
Oh, true. Okay, that's good. He did claim that one. I thought both of them were doing the same stage, though, so I guess maybe Renbit had forgotten to claim that one first, because I believe Renbit was a little ahead in the stage. But, okay. Big question for you, Zai. We always see Texas Ultra being chosen, especially in the speedrun phase. What do you think? Do you think Texas Ultra has no weaknesses in IS3? Is she just like the definitive best operator to start out with?
I don't think she's the best operator to start out with per se, because as we saw with Tobo's team, he's relying heavily on Texas Ultra for damage. But when she's in the redeploy phase, what do you have? Tobo's using a Totter, so I mean, what are you going to do with that? So you are going to be very weakened in the beginning, especially before Texas Ultra has that E2, or your other operators get some staying power on the field. But that aside, once you've gotten your team rolling, she is very formidable. She has great damage. She synergizes with potentially many of the relics, especially those that increase attack speed, or arts damage received, or even melee operator attack. So Texas Ultra has a lot of applications in IS3, and I mean, from her performance in the speedruns, like, we can see why she's such a common pick.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see if that does pay off. Tobo deciding to pick that Texas Ultra once again. A few stages behind Renbit now. Renbit still relying heavily on that Ling. That Ling is very, very efficient, isn't she? Wow, the dragons basically remove your ability to... you basically don't need to have any lane holders. You just put the dragons down, they handle the entire stage for
look,
you.
Another Gopnik on the top.
Oh.
Now, will Renbit remember to declare?
Will he declare? Technically, it says encounter, right? So clearly they can just...
So it is claimable within the stage itself. You don't have to wait for the stage to complete, but it's only if Renbit remembers it's there.
Oh no, what if he doesn't know? I don't think he
Elmo
realizes.
Well, Uh, this is like a major sweat drop
Oh
moment.
no. Okay, we'll see. We'll see if he claims it after the stage is over. One tile that caught my eye just now is defeat Rat King or Pompeii or Big Adam. How do you encounter those monsters? Those are bosses, aren't they?
Tobo just rolled a 6, but will he declare?
Oh shoot! Oh.
He declared. Let's go.
Oh,
All right.
there we go.
Come on, guys. You gotta remember to declare. Let's go. Declare, declare, declare.
True.
But like you were asking, Big Adam. Oh, and Tobo just visited an encounter and got nothing from it. All right, Tobo's starting to take a lead, even with that very horrible start. So, and it looks like he's about to enter a passageway.
Oh no! I
With the
don't
key.
think Renbit got the I don't think he saw the Chthonic tile.
I don't think he's declared. But remind me, what was your question again?
Oh yes, the question was how do you encounter the bosses such as Rat King, Pompeii, or Big Adam? Like how?
Those bosses are present in stages, so... Huh. Alright, very interesting Pith Retreat, going for some 1P gaming there, but there are some stages that do have those units as bosses. So Pompeii can be encountered on floor 4, the Rat King can be encountered on floor 4, and Big Adam, I believe, is a floor 3 boss. So it does mean you are going to have to get past floor 2 for this.
Alright, well...
Alright, we have Renbit declaring for clear and emergency, and we have Tobo declaring for travel through a passageway with the key.
Oh my god, wait, I feel like Tobo received a lot of these simply from floor 1 and 2. What happened all of a sudden?
I'm telling you, Viper, a lot of these can just be picked up if your map is good or if your RNG is good.
Wow, I feel like at this point, if Tobo can pick up maybe like a few more off his run, I don't even think he has to defeat the floor 3 boss, which is usually a big time sink. He can probably go back and get some of the weirder ones, such as leaking enemies on a single stage, and maybe get an operator stun using that conviction that we were talking about earlier. But what do you think Renbit's strategy should be at this point, seeing that he's a little behind?
I think, well, I think I'm going to sound like a bit of a dick here.
Oh
but,
no.
Oh, is Renbit leaking? What's going on?
Oh?
Wait.
Wait!
Oh no, Renbit is trying to get the League 5 enemies in a single stage.
Oh my god, you're right!
And
oh,
it looks like he's in a good enough position to do so. But what I was going to say is that I think these players just need to remember to keep their eye on the prize and keep on like thinking about tiles that they're going to take, and of course remembering to declare them, even like in the middle of the heat of battle, because I really think that focusing too much on killing Gopnik might have distracted our players from trying to get that tile.
That is very, very true. We'll see if Gopnik or any of those bosses do show up again. I feel like those are pretty often bosses, and aren't those like RNG gated at the very end of some maps?
No, but what I will say is that pith deploy that I commented on the previous map was the deploy a 30 cost operator first in the stage. So that's the explanation for that little bit of odd behavior.
Oh, I see.
Sorry, remind me what your question was again? It looks like the casters also have short attention spans.
Well...
well, there's so much text on the screen. What do you expect? We're EN.
Exactly. Well, it does look like Renbit does take that 30+ operator cost tile, and they also go ahead and did they claim their 5 leaking? Oh, they did. Sorry. Oh, sorry. My bad. That was Tobo that claimed the 30 cost operator. And Renbit claiming the League 5 enemies in a single stage. That does now add up to a 4-5 for Renbit versus Tobo. Tobo still up ahead by 1. But then again, we are seeing completely different phases of IS3 that both players are at this point, and I'm sure that both players have different strategies now.
Yes, and do take note that Renbit also claimed have 3 different reserve operators deployed at the same time, which they just got from this recent combat that they just took. So, with some very careful gameplay, Renbit now catching up, and I think it's not an option anymore for these players to completely abandon the floor 3 boss thing, because as we can see, Renbit just recruited a 1 or 2 star and is now completely tied. So this is now going to be very, very close for both players. They are going to need to think about their strategies very carefully, but also I don't think they can just keep on restarting and playing floors 1 and 2. This is a full run commitment now.
Oh man, this is going to be very spicy. Tobo is very behind right now compared to Renbit, who has had some time to stock up on their squads and really improve.
And Renbit's in trouble. That thing's going to pop, and it leaked, and there we go.
Wait, what happened right there? I didn't even see it.
The Renbit's Ling was attacking that spider, and the spider, when it pops, releases 3 little things. And the Ling Dragon only has a block count of 2, meaning that unless you have something that can attack very quickly, like a double strike guard such as Irene or Babik, those things are just going to slip right past you, and that's exactly what happened with Renbit.
Wait, what? I thought Ling Dragons were 4 block. What the? That's trash!
That Ling is an E2. That Ling is on E1, meaning that on skill 1, those dragons are block 2.
Oh no, wait, this is a disaster for Renbit. What is the strategy at this point? I feel like at this point he has to just look for some of the more odd challenges that Tobo may not get to, because he's gonna be very big behind at this point. Looks like Tobo right now facing floor 3. I don't know, he's going for he doesn't have that many operators. Only what, 5 operators on floor 3? It does look like he's skipping a lot. Trying to speed up to catch up to Renbit, but at this point he has the speed.
It looks like he's trying to get the same operator to die twice in the same stage with Texas Alter, hopefully. But what I will say, I think Renbit still has a chance to come back if Renbit exclusively just does one-off tile things and perhaps tries to overtake Tobo by quantity rather than, say, quality or difficulty of... And yes, there's Texas Alter going down that second time. Now, will Tobo declare? But what I think is entirely possible is have an operator get stunned. That is conviction. Bind or sleep or freeze or levitate an enemy. That's literally just bring Irene, levitate the enemy, and quit out. Spend 0 hope in 1 floor. You only have to do floor 1. Auto skills. I actually don't... I'm wondering what the mod definition of that is, but that might be what Renbit is trying to attempt and failing. And it does look like Tobo claimed to have the same operator die twice in 1 stage, so there is that tile.
Oh, wait. Oh, no. Oh no! Oh no! Tobo's game just crashed! Oh no!
Oh dear!
Oh god! Sorry. We'll switch to this screen as we get him back set back up.
But he, if I'm correct, he crashed when he was exiting a stage, correct?
Yeah, he was. Do you think that
he is fine. His run is still
fine?
intact. For those of you in the chat who have ever encountered this, or if you're ever worried, as long as you see that little bar flash across the bottom of the screen with that diamond, that does mean your data has transmitted. So if you see that, odds are your run is safe and you'll be able to enter right back into it. But if you crash in the run itself before that bar has flashed, or as you're loading in, then that is a dead run. But hey, you know, just fun little back-end things.
Yeah, and the good thing for Renbit in this case, he does get a slight advantage now. How we've purposed the entire competitions that if there is a disconnection mid-match, we will allow the opponent to keep going because we don't want that to, you know, disrupt the flow of competition. In that case, in the case that, for example, Tobo is stalling out for like 5-10 minutes, we're not just sitting here twiddling our thumbs. But it does look like Tobo is back, so we can look back at the match right now. Tobo.
Here's his run, see? Perfectly intact.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Wow, okay. So he's on floor, is this floor 4 now? What is he on?
This is floor 3. He is still
Floor
on floor
3.
3.
Got it.
And look, there's 2 recruitment vouchers. So if he has the presence of mind, he can get that one crossed right off.
Oh, no.
Oh, dear. Oh, there he goes.
Oh, wait, he actually gets it.
And he's bringing Chen Awesome. But will he declare? He has to declare.
We shall see.
I'm just
no.
watching that tile.
I don't see the towel being taken. This is not looking that good.
Suspicious.
I wonder if his
Oh,
eyes
dear.
are just really glued on the center tile, defeating the floor 3 boss. Maybe he's lost track.
And oh wait, look, it's the Duck Lord. Will Renbit declare?
No. Okay, will he? This is like what? His 3rd time facing one of these bosses? He killed it this time too.
Exactly.
All right. It does also look like our tournament moderator is giving us the 15-minute timer. This means that both participants only have 15 minutes remaining to get a bingo lockout of 13 tiles. If not, they'll be going to sudden death.
And it looks like we've got Tobo setting up Chen Awesome for those red runners. And it looks like Chen Awesome has the... I don't remember what the buff is called, but there is a buff that gives 2 HP to the operator with the highest HP on the field. So Chen Awesome is going to be firing off those S2s like it's no tomorrow.
Okay. Also, looking at the board, it does look like
there's
both
Tobo's
players.
tile.
Yeah, they both got the tiles.
All right.
Renbit got the Encounter Gopnik or one of the other, or Duck Lord or Crying Thief. And then Tobo got the buy 2 recruitment vouchers from one shop. So that does bring both players. Are they tied right now? Yeah, they're tied
Tobo has
7-7.
Yes. And it looks like Tobo is having some technical difficulties yet again.
Oh no.
Ah, there we
he's
go.
back. He's back.
I blame that British internet.
True. I thought, isn't this man playing on an emulator? They got a full PC
He is
behind
playing on
this.
an emulator.
Oh, okay. Well.
Wait a second. Oh no. Sorry, I thought that text alter might have met a condition, but it says bind or sleep or freeze or levitate, but not stun, because that would just be too easy.
So I'm seeing this tile. Oh wow, it looks like Renbit got the clearest stage without getting hit. Who would have seen that
Ooh,
coming
very
right there?
interesting.
Maybe they were only runners and he only had aerial units or something right there. But wow, so he's now up 8-7 right now. Both players still need 5 or 6 tiles. That's still quite a lot. The ones that are remaining on the screen are pretty difficult to get, aren't they?
Not necessarily. Tobo is still up ahead in the Get 10 Relics race just by nature of, well, being further along, and of course might take Get the Floor 3 boss, barring some horrible and catastrophic and unforeseen consequences.
Oh no, wait, you're right. Wait, I guess at this point, it's quite interesting. We're going to see a very quick turning point where one of the players is going to realize, is it better to restart and go for some of the more off-pick tiles? I think for Tobo, after defeating the third boss, he'll probably look at floor 4, see if it's actually worth it to keep going, because at that point, he needs to question, is it faster to go back and just restart? Same thing for Renbit as well. Renbit's still a little behind. They're not going to be able to compete on the floor 3 boss or the 10 relics by nature of what you just said. But what can they do to catch up at this point?
There are still a few tiles that seem relatively easy that could be taken care of. Spend 0 hope in one floor, that can be done just on floor 1 and then sparking a reset. Have an allied unit die to elemental damage might be a little harder. That could be a floor 4 thing, just because that floor does have Nethersea Brand and eggs. But you could also get an egg stage on floor 2 or 3, so that is a possible option for Renbit. Additionally, have 4 4-star operators. I don't think Tobo is going for that, given the amount of 6 stars currently in his team. Be free real estate for Renbit. Finally, complete an easy task. If you run into the commission, the regional commission, on a lower floor, then you can certainly get that done in even 1 or even 0 combats, depending on what that commission actually is. So those are very easy tiles for Renbit to take by just running floor 1 and 2 alone. And we still haven't seen the have an operator get stunned thing. And Renbit just got cursed.
Oh, wait, he did?
Yes, Renbit just got cursed.
Oh, wait, how did he get that? I thought you said it was very difficult to get it on floor 1 or 2.
I believe Renbit just leaked a few operators, or leaked a few enemies, lost light as a result of that, and then got a low roll on floor 2 in order to get cursed. And Renbit also taking clear a stage, bringing only operators with auto skills as well. So, like I said, Renbit starting to pick it back up. However, because Renbit lost so much HP trying to get the low light, they are in danger of losing just even 2 more leaks. And this is a stage where leaking is very prevalent because of those spiders and those agents. So it will be interesting to see if Renbit can keep it together.
This is a very scary moment for Tobo, though. Renbit also picking up that spend 0 hope in 1 floor, so that's one of the easy ones we mentioned earlier that you can do by resetting. What exactly is left at this point? Look, Tobo still had the guarantee. He just defeated the floor 3 boss, so he got that tile. He's gonna have the at least 10 relics tile very soon. Oh, what?
What?
What? No way! Wait, no way, Tobo, no!
A tunnel vision! And just for a quick score count, we do have 10 from Renbit to 8 from Tobo.
Oh no.
Wait, are we perhaps going to see some conviction gaming?
Oh, wait, Tobo's still deciding to pick up that Polka. There is that have 4
because-
operators.
Well, Rosa does have... Oh, I think he's going for bind or sleep or freeze. Rosa doesn't have bind on E1, but doesn't Robin have some sort of effect on her traps?
I think you're asking the wrong person. Robin has traps?
Oh, Viper. Oh, Viper.
Bruh.
Didn't you do the homework?
Nope. Well,
Oh, Viper.
what exactly is Renbit going for at this point?
I'm not 100% sure.
I feel like it would be more advantageous if Renbit just consistently refreshed floor 1, right?
Possibly, but Tobo might also be having the same idea. What Tobo could do is actually... Oh, here we go. Here's a... I just realized something.
Uh-oh.
In order to bind or sleep or freeze or levitate an enemy, they have to not die from getting hits.
Oh no! Oh no!
I think we might have a minor oversight here. And
So-
yes, there's Tobo binding an enemy.
Oh, wait. Oh wait. So
And he's resetting.
No!
Yes. So, it looks like Tobo is going with that idea I mentioned earlier, just picking off those very, very silly
He's
tiles.
aware at this point. He knows. He
He's
knows what he
aware.
needs to do.
Hey, if you're listening in, stop colonizing the tiles, Tobo. Wait, no way. He could possibly be going for 4 4-star operators right here.
Oh my god. Wait, that would
Because
be
that
perfect.
squad... Okay, never mind. He took Bloom.
Wait, and also, hey, guess what? Conviction is a 4-star, right?
Yes,
So
but
the-
it looks like... It looks like he's,
Wait, He tried to get that. Wait, Wait, okay, now I'm a little confused. I don't know what he's going for anymore.
I'm also confused now. Do you know what's going on? I don't.
I don't know. Right now, what we have a 10-9 score. Tobo behind by 1, but these 5 remaining tiles can, if they're aware,
Oh,
they can.
wait!
Oh,
Wait.
what's happened?
Sniper squad. Wait, sniper squad. There's a stun boy. Oh no, Tobo! That sniper can stun your operators. And actually, I'm pretty sure we've had the people run this map before. So why aren't they declaring? Oh no! Oh no!
Well, you're
that's
right.
tunnel
They
vision.
both ran this at the same time at the very beginning of the game.
Oh no! It's just the tunnel vision is just too strong.
Oh my god. I do wonder like what both people are focusing on at this point. Clearly, neither of them are focusing on the at least 10 relics, right? Have an ally die to elemental damage? Bro, I don't think any of them are doing that. So they must be focused on the top 4, but what are they doing?
Getting distracted, that's what.
Do they think they need to get a completed run or something at this point?
No, because as we saw, Tobo just binded the enemy and, like, went right out. So, okay, here we go. Moment of truth.
Oh.
There's a stun?
The stun. Is he gonna
Will he
claim it, though?
declare? I mean,
Will
I'm
he
actually not
declare?
surprised that people aren't
Oh my
declaring
god.
it, though. Yes, there we go!
He did it. Maybe he just killed the first one because he was confident or something. He knew there was a
Yes.
second one coming.
There always are two, so that is just a known feature of that map. But what I will say is I think that perhaps the reason why we didn't see some of those declares, Gopnik or the Operator Stun, in the opener is just because, like, those are just things that you do in the course of the map. There's such second nature that it doesn't even occur that they might be declarable.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree with you. We are getting a 5-minute countdown from our tournament moderator. Only 5 minutes left until we enter sudden death, assuming both players don't reach the 13 lockout. It does look like Tobo is going for the 4-star strategy now. I see him. He's getting those 4 stars. Look at that.
We're at 5 and 5, am I correct?
We are at 5 and 5 at this point, or 10 and 10. You mean?
Sorry, 10 and 10.
Yes, 10
I
and
can
10 at this
add.
point.
Oh,
wait,
a conviction,
Renbit?
but it's too
No,
late.
he
But it's
doesn't
too
know.
late. Tobo's already
He's not
claimed that
aware,
tile.
No.
Tobo's already claimed that tile in the name of the British Museum, in fact.
Okay, what if Renbit's actually getting conviction for the four 4-star operators? What
I
if?
feel like you could have gotten a better 4-star guard, but hey, that's just me.
That is true. Wait, I feel like at this point, Renbit is so far into the stage. This is floor 3 for him. Doesn't he already have 4-star operators?
I don't think so. Podenko, Conviction. Nope, that's only 2.
Oh my god, you're right.
And Tobo also has 2.
Wait, so what are they going for? Defeat Rat King Pompeii at Big. I feel that's very RNG inducive. Have at least 10
Yes.
relics. No, have ally died to elemental damage. Wait, what are they going for? Complete an easy
don't
task? What's
know.
that?
An easy task is something that you can encounter from a regional commission, and I don't think our players have run into that yet. But basically, there's going to be something on the board that looks like a notebook, and if you go to that, then you will get a quest. And the easiest quest can be something like recruit 1 operator, or roll a die. Yes, literally, roll a die is a quest. And so, yeah, it's very easy to get, but they just haven't run into it yet.
Oh my god, wait, this is very scary for both players right now. I feel like one of the easiest ones to get just off the bat to pull off a lead right now is have 4-star operators, and neither players are prioritizing it. This is super scary.
And Renbit is one step closer to it. Oh, there we go! Tobo just ran into a commission and just took that easy quest.
No way! Wait, did he actually?
Yes, it was very quick. I'm not sure if you saw it, but he went into a screen. The bottommost option is the easy quest, and I don't remember. I did not see what it was, but he rolled a die. That might be it. But he has to go to the main screen and claim the commission in order for it to be valid, I think.
Wait, really? What the heck?
Because you have to claim the commission quest on the main map screen where you travel around. So Tobo does have to survive this stage, which is going to be very dicey given these units, I think. Texas Ultra is going to definitely have to carry her weight here, but I have complete faith that Texas Ultra can because she's Texas freaking Ultra.
Oh gosh, this is a very scary moment for Tobo right now. I believe Tobo's also banking on the fact that he will have a chance to recruit one more operator. That will make it 4-star operators if he can get it there. Renbit, though, about to clear that stage. He might just take that one.
Yes, I think Renbit is going to get the 4-star operators unless Renbit gets distracted. Hey, look, a squirrel.
We'll see what Renbit does right here.
Yes.
Also, gosh.
I will say, I think the reason that no one's going for Rat King, Pompey, or Big Adam is two of those three, Pompey and Rat King, are only findable after floor 3, and no one's going past that. So, unless you run into the Big Adam map, yeah, the odds of that very low.
Oh gosh, I feel like Tobo's also fighting against time right now. Only about 2 or 3 minutes remaining until the countdown begins.
Renbit's going for the claim. There's Jay, and that's 4.
Oh my god, wait, you're right.
Now, wait, Craft Brewer Killer. That has Big Adam! But it's an emergency, so will Renbit dare to take it on?
Oh no, he's aware. Renbit is aware right now. He knows. Wait, his squad sucks so bad. He only has 4 stars plus a horde. What is that?
Well, this is Surging 0, but that's emergency. Wait, no! Have an allied unit die to elemental damage. That's also picked. You can also pick that up right here.
Right. Oh no!
Oh, this is dangerous.
Oh, I think is that Tobo claiming the easy task?
Yes, but if Renbit gets both the objectives here, if Renbit can do this, I think that's game.
Oh my god, wait, so Tobo does go ahead and completes that easy task, tying it up 11-11, entering sudden death very soon right now. Renbit, it looks like he has a huge advantage right now. Wait, but it doesn't look like he's dying.
No, I think what Renbit is trying to do is just set up for that Big Adam kill. Oh, and...
Oh no.
No, that wasn't elemental damage. That might have just been an egg fart.
Oh no, so he does have to defeat that Big Adam right now. He only has 1 HP remaining. Is he in danger?
Yeah, I think there is a very real danger here. None of these operators on Renbit's screen are capable of killing Big Adam. And I'm not 100% sure if any of these operators are going to be dying to elemental damage and not to egg farts.
Wait, but look below as well. Tobo against the same exact stage.
Oh, jeez. Oh, man.
No way. Oh my god,
Renbit. This is way too dangerous. Oh, look, Yato's there. Yato's there. He's trying to get Yato killed by elemental damage.
Oh my god, he's being so close.
Oh, no. Come on.
Oh my god. Wait.
You know what? Actually,
was that death?
Okay, I actually cannot answer you here because there is a very minor technicality. The egg farts, and then the elemental damage is calculated. So I'm not sure, but it does look like the mods are calling it an elemental damage kill, so I'm not going to question that. And... Wait, what's going on?
Wow, Renbit, he just leaked Big Adam. He couldn't have done it anyways.
On emergency, Big Adam, even at Surging 0, is not to be trifled with. He does pack some significant stats, and if you're not prepared for those eggs and flyers, it is just a bad day at the workplace for you.
Oh my god, that was such a close match, running into the, going all the way to the death match timer. 11-11, finishing with a 12-11 victory for Tobo. Congratulations, we do have our first winner going on to the top 16. Wow.
Well, that was very, very close, and I am surprised at exactly how close that was.
I felt like it was a perfect first match because there was a lot of scuffing at the very beginning. It seemed like both players were getting a little tunnel vision, especially with that Gopnik tile, but that was crazy.
Yes. And the quitting out before have at least 10 relics, I feel like I'm going to need to go back over the VOD and see exactly how many relics were on the screen at that time.
Yeah,
Because
she had
if
like
there were
8 or
9,
9.
I'm not letting this man live it down.
Oh my god, I wonder if any of the other matches will be this close, but that was ridiculous. There were only 2 tiles remaining at that point, and I felt like Renbit was so close to getting that big Adam one. He got him down to about 40% HP, so that could have been so close.
I mean, you say this, but once Big Adam starts moving, he's very hard to stop. And I mean that in the sense of tanking, because his Horn was the one doing that damage. And if Horn's the one doing the damage, then there's no other defenders to keep Big Adam in Horn's range. So the moment he started moving, I think that map was lost.
Wow, what a crazy outcome. Congratulations, Tobo, Renbit, GG's. Hopefully you had a good time competing in this tournament. And best luck to you next time. But Tobo moving on in the bracket. Wow, what a game.
That was a very interesting match. We had a little bit of scuff, a little bit of forgetting, a little bit of I don't even know what's going on anymore. If all the matches are like this, we're going to have a very fun 2 days ahead.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see what these contestants pull up. I did like analyzing this board as it went. It felt like all the pieces kind of fell exactly how we expected it to. It seemed like one player pulled ahead, Tobo, at the very end. He defeated the floor 3 boss, and then after that, it was kind of like picking up scraps. You know, he did the exact strategy we were talking about, going and resetting a stage after the first stage, after the first floor, sorry. And that was a very good strategy that worked out for him eventually, given how behind he looked after the first, like, 10 minutes. So...
Yes, I agree. But as we move on to harder difficulties and higher up in this tournament, that strategy, I think, is going to become a lot less viable because these challenges are only going to increase in difficulty. And so at a certain point, Floor 1 gaming may not be the best solution after all.
Yeah, we'll have to see very soon. I am getting notice that the bracket had actually been updated, and a lot of these matches, guys, to all the viewers, a lot of these matches aren't live streamed. They're happening in the background, run in the Discord server, but we do have an update on the players that were not streamed, so let's go take a quick look.
See, okay, so Everec advancing out of the top bracket with Tuglo. Viper, how do you feel about that since Everec's your viewer?
Wow. If you guys don't know, Everec, one of my favorites, he was one of the top contenders. No?
I can't tell.
He is a very skilled player, so I expected him to move past the first round. Tuglo, our #1 seed. If you guys don't remember, he was the #1 coming out of the qualifying phase, but that just goes to show that maybe there is a little more to the competition than just, you know, speedrunning. So we had our first, like, if you guys see the top left match, Tuglo versus Everec, that's our first seed speedrunner, Tuglo, versus our 32nd seed, Everec. Going down, I'm also seeing Drails won their match as well. Do you know anything about Drails?
I am aware that Drails is a content creator, but unfortunately I don't really watch a lot of YouTube unless it's questionable Arknights mashups. So I only know the name by, like, you know, osmosis. But very interesting to see that Drails is moving on. And of course, Phrasen as well, another name that we recognize, or that I recognize from somewhere. Do you know anything about Phrasen?
I don't know anything about Phrasen, but I did hear that that Zafang had pretty good things to say about them. So this was actually turning out to be a lot more predicted than we thought. We did have some discussions beforehand. We did recognize a few names, so we were hoping, you know, Everest, round 1, moves out. Drails, that would be a pretty cool matchup we're going to see in round 2. So I'm very excited to cast that once we get there. But the next match that we are going to be focusing on is the legendary Alex versus Alex. So
yes.
That's going to be kind of funny, you know. We did that just for the memes. Do you actually know either Alexes?
I do not know either Alex, but Viper, I would like to draw your attention to one more thing before we start moving on to the right side of the bracket. It looks like the scores are in, and very interestingly, all of the matches were sets of 13 except for Tobo versus Renbit. So
Wait,
it looks like
really?
we picked a killer match to watch.
Wait, really? Oh my god, so we just got the one match that was most prone to fail for both players?
Yeah, no, we got the match with the players with the ADHD.
Oh no. Well, guys, viewers, The left side of round 1 has been completed. We would like to direct your attention to the right side right now. 8 more matches streamed at the same, or concurrently happening at the same time. We're going to be streaming the first match at the very top right, FD Alex versus Alex, and then a few other matches going to happen. I'm very curious what's going to happen on this side of the bracket. We do have Blue X, a very favored member. He's a pretty big name across some of our communities. He's going to be competing on his toaster. And who else do you recognize? I think that's about it.
Lurky is a lurker in my community. So Viper, do you want to make a mutual pact?
Well, what kind of pact?
If Blue X and Lurky get kicked out in this round, you want to just ban them from both our channels?
Oh my, wait, surely they don't. My biggest, so I think Blue X is a very skilled player. I can vouch for him. But he has one of the worst cell phones I've ever seen that will lag out of the game like every 10 minutes. So we'll see if that is a very big an issue for him for passing
Lungmen
on.
Dragons, can we get a tile added to the center for Blue X that just says lose or run due to crashing?
Actually, though, we'll see though. We'll see very soon. As we get the board set up for round 2, I guess this is round 1B in a way, because we're still in the top 32. We'll see how both these players do. Again, we don't know how both of them play, but looking at the last match for Tobo versus Renbit, it seemed like neither of them were playing towards a particular niche. It seemed like they were more playing with Texas Alter and Ling. I'm actually kind of surprised that the Ling pick came out. Do you think Ling is still very powerful in IS3 altogether?
I think Ling does have a lot of potential depending on if the player is used to her. If they're bringing her to this tournament just because she is quote-unquote strong, then I think that's an entirely different story from if they actually do know how to employ her most efficiently. But there are relics in this game mode, such as a 30% increase to all stats, and even making summons not take up deploy slots anymore, that make Ling a very, very strong pick if you luck into some of those relics. But obviously we did not see that here. More importantly, I've got a question for you, Viper.
Yes.
So how are we gonna tell these guys apart?
Well, that's a good question. We'll let the mod take care of that. What? But I guess
Blue Alex and Red Alex?
on Alex's screen, wait, this is gonna be kind of hard.
And it looks like Alex is overtaking Alex.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
We'll see. We'll see.
Hey Zap, did you think about the logistics of this one?
Yeah. Why are we casting this one match that can prove to have difficulties? What is this?
I think Zafang just, he's suffering so hard to make this tournament, so he has to extend a bit of his sadism onto us.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to see. I believe the timer is starting very soon, so let's go to the bingo board.
All right.
Very shortly, it'll become visible. But yeah, I'm very excited to see both of these players again. This is their first time competing. This is the first round that they're competing in, so we might see some cold fingers. And we'll see if they picked up, you know? They got some time to look at the stream. They got some time to watch their competitors' matches. So maybe they will be more prepped than Tobo versus Renbit.
Yeah, I agree with that. And of course, it looks like we are in fact seeing the same board. Yes, now that the board is visible to us, I can come out and say that that bracket 1A and bracket 1B are having the same board, but we determined that since the bracket from 1A would be made visible and public via the stream, that it was an acceptable thing to just have the same board across both streams. So we will be seeing the same challenges, also known as, oh dear God, will they remember to declare Gopnik, Ducklord, or the Crying Thief? Oh please, not again.
Oh my god. Okay, well, now that we have the same board, here's my take. I think that it is a lot more advantageous to do one super fast successful run at the very beginning. As fast as you can, collect that 10 relics, because a lot of the other ones you can compete very closely for round ones, for floors 1 and 2. What would you think about that?
I actually would agree with that, but with a caveat. Now, obviously, the longer you go, the higher a chance you have of leaking, and that risks lowering light. So I think it is entirely possible to have defeat floor 3, get cursed, and have 10 relics. But, major but, once you are on floor 4, I think it would be advantageous to check the first combat, because if it is Pompeii or Pompeii or Rat King, it is free real estate, and that is 4 and 1 at minimum.
Wow, I guess we'll have to see. I would love to see a strategy where one of the players decides to actually pull off the kind of just restarting the stage over and over again, getting the quick ones, and then doing one run at the very end, knowing that they only have to go for one path. Because I feel like sometimes with this kind of format, it may actually be better to get like the super easy ones first, see which ones your opponent takes, because you don't want to accidentally like overlap and then essentially get nothing in a run, right? So I don't know. I feel like it would be interesting to see if either players pulls out that kind of strategy, but I don't know. I still don't really have like an indicative which one is better in my mind.
I honestly think it all depends on how lucky the player is, how skilled the player is, and just what the other player is doing in terms of the board. Because, for example, you could have that really ideal like 2 floor 4 run with defeat floor 3, get cursed, get 10 relics, and defeat the boss. But if your opponent is just like floor 1 gaming with easy task, operator stun, clear a stage without getting hit, skip a recruit, clear an emergency, like that's 5 to 4 already, and like those are just very easy things. So I think it all just depends on what you end up picking on your way to floor 4, and if you can, just kind of box out your opponent of getting those easy things on your way.
Yeah, you mentioned boxing out. I feel like that wasn't as visible in the previous match. I would love to see that more. Sometimes, especially at the very end, within the last 10 minutes, I would imagine that you can probably, if you probably have the screen share open, you can see your opponent's screen. You might be able to tell what they're actually going for.
Oh, Viper,
right.
Don't ask them to look at their opponent's screen.
What do you mean? It's a tournament!
They can't even declare things on their own screen. Don't distract them anymore.
Okay, you're right. Okay, that's a good point. But I still would love to see that strategy. I think that is the culture of PvP. I would love to see something more high IQ like that. Cause
you want to know what I want to see?
Oh, what do you want to see?
I want to see someone draw something inappropriate with Dorothy traps on a map.
This is an official Arknights stream? What? What do you mean?
Sid, listen, if they didn't want us to do it, they wouldn't have made the tiles like that.
Oh my god. Well, I don't think anyone has the guts to do that. Surely, right?
Oh, let me in there. No, but thankfully that is not a bingo tile.
All right, well, it looks like the countdown was just given. The 5 minutes is up, and now both players, Alex, both
off to the races.
Yeah, they're both.
Wait.
Yep.
Wait. So are we gonna like blue Alex and red Alex, or like how are we doing this?
Yeah,
man?
we'll do blue Alex and red Alex. That would be easier.
All right, blue Alex. So it looks like blue Alex is going Mudrock Core, and red Alex is going with Ling. Why is the red Alex bringing the blue woman? I demand a refund.
Wait, both of them are bringing blue woman. Wait, what? Wait,
No,
how many operators does Alex have?
Oh.
Wait, red Alex?
Look at that! Look at that! Blue Alex is going for deploy a 30 cost operator. Righto. What are you doing, buddy?
Wait, they're linking the 5! They're linking 5 operators or something!
Okay, well, it's free real estate. There you go. Leak 5 and deploy a 30 cost. And that's what you call really efficient grocery shopping, people.
Wow. They knew. They've been studying. That is very impressive.
I'm hearing in the chat that apparently one of these Alexes was an Osu player who was grinding speedruns on stream, and in between the resets, because if you reset too quickly, you do have to wait 60 seconds before you re-enter the game mode. Apparently, they were just playing Osu maps in between. Which Alex is that?
Wait, oh no! Wait!
Red Alex!
Oh god, this is the laggy Alex! Wait, what is
Red
that?
Alex! We need to tell you that have an operator get stunned means the operator, not your emulator.
Oh no. Well, it does look like Alex, or Blue Alex is taking a pretty marginal lead at this point. They already have 3 tiles, clear stage only with operators with auto skills. Obviously, we have the Mudrock. Leak 5 enemies in a single stage. They did that immediately. Skip a recruit. Wow, they had their eyes on that.
And that's 4 already with only 1 combat. I'm telling you, Viper, this is exactly why I'm a little dubious about those floor 4 runs that we were talking about. While they are, in theory, absolutely sound and would guarantee you those high ground tiles, it just all depends on what your opponent is also doing. And it looks like Red Alex has gotten the Crying Thief, but more importantly, has actually declared it.
Wow, okay, so it seems like both Alexes are pretty aware, unlike the previous matchup, so that's very good. We might actually see a lot quicker of a round this time around than we have expected. Let's see, what can they go for at this point? It does look like Alex decided not to... Blue Alex decided not to restart their run, despite only picking Mudrock and having 1 HP. I wonder what they're going after at this point.
I think that it's entirely possible for both of these runs to be viable. Neither of them have run into the regional commission yet, so that would be complete and easy task. Neither of them have run into the floor 1 shop yet. And of course, there's still Bind, Sleep, Freeze, or Levitate an enemy, which, now that I mention it, I believe can be done with Ling skill 2 if Red Alex decides to go for that. I'm not 100% sure though, because I don't use Ling.
Oh, but Ling is broken. Wait,
I'm a bird.
Wait, why is he leaking? Why is Red Alex leaking?
I'm not sure.
What if they're not aware that the 5 enemy leak has already been done?
I don't know. They can see the board in the middle of the game, and the moderator is supposed to declare if tile is taken. So maybe Red Alex is just like, on autopilot right now and rethinking their next move, because I mean, this is a very slow map. If you wanted to just like, think and chill, this would be the map to do it in. But what I will say is that Red Alex has brought Ling skill 3 and not Ling skill 2. So very interesting, not going for that bind unless I am unaware and Ling does not actually bind.
Huh, very interesting. Alex rolling a 3 on the way to...
And that's a curse on Blue Alex.
What?
Holy
Wait, that was a
crap,
curse?
look at how many tiles Blue Alex has taken. We might need to,
Oh
my
my.
god, what is this? This is a sweep. Look at those APM. Are we sure that Blue Alex isn't the Osu player? Holy crap.
Oh, wait, that's why they decided not to restart. Spend 0 hope in 1 floor. If they just speedrun that, then they can just get it immediately.
Exactly.
Wow, wait, this is a complete domination right now. 8-2, Blue Alex to Red Alex. This might be an absolute sweep. 10-minute run or something.
I can't look. It's a massacre.
It does look like right now Alex is also ahead in just general progression, so he will be reaching, or he or she will be reaching floor 3 before Red Alex. What other remaining ones are easy to get?
I believe Blue Alex did roll a 6, but did not declare. So, I mean, not that I can blame them. Look at how many tiles they already have.
Oh, no. Wait, you can roll mid-match? Or mid-floor?
Yeah, like, in a shop or in a you can even roll a 6. Like, if hypothetically one were to throw a die in the middle of this map, you can actually roll a 6 and in the middle of the map, like, you can do that. That technically counts, I think.
Oh, wait, the die that you put on the top, it's a real die? I thought you just get the effects.
Yeah, well, no, the strength of the effects are determined by how high you roll on the dice.
Wait, that's so RNG based. What? That's ridiculous.
Yeah. There's a reason why some people don't like IS3 as much, and it's because of that very heavy RNG element. All right, Blue Alex. Picking a reserve operator. It looks like Blue Alex might be going for have 3 different reserve operators deployed, or
he's going for it.
Maybe he's just saving on postage.
What can he even get at this point? Clear stage without getting hit? I feel like that's pretty hard.
Blue Alex has Yato. Oh, wait, no. Red Alex just have the same operator die twice in 1 stage. So that does belong to Red Alex, but Blue Alex... What is Blue Alex doing? Interesting.
They just leaked.
Well, it does make sense. None of those other operators are really, high-quality damage dealers or lane holders. Red Alex, let's see what Red Alex is going for. Oh, Red Alex now also starting to gear up towards have 3 different reserve ops deployed at the same time.
Wow, okay, so they both have their eyes on the same. I wonder who's going to get it first. There's also that other half 4 operator, 4 4-star operators. I wonder who can do that. But there are some there's actually a lot less easy ones to just pick up off refreshes. They actually might be going for a full 3-floor run at this point.
I wouldn't be surprised. Personally, based off of what I've seen so far, this would not be the sort of thing that I would, like, call it quits and reset for another floor 1. I don't think so. Not yet. Especially given that we are on 30-minute time frames, so just given how long it does take to get up to floor 3, I think it's better that each player gets their floor 3 attempt out of the way first, and then follows up with floor 1 one-tile runs afterwards if need be. Blue Alex having a little bit of trouble keeping up on the top screen, barely holding the map together, fighting it really, really valiantly, and it looks like they will be fine, but that leak really, really hurting them.
Wow. In general, just for the general player, at what floor would you say there's like a huge difficulty spike, if that exists at all in IS3?
I would say, and I feel like chat's going to disagree with me here, but floor 3, mostly because floor 1 and 2, if you have E1 units only, you can like kind of piddle your way through. But on floor 3, you start running into more significant threats, and so if you don't have an E2 in the squad, you're not exactly going to have the best day. However, if you do have an E2, you're not really going to feel that difficulty spike, so that's why I feel like chat might disagree with me.
Oh no, wait, I'm confused about two things. How come on Blue Alex's screen, that boss, that I believe that Crying Thief didn't count as a leak?
There are certain enemies in this game mode, which are Tentacle Chests, Gopnik, Ducklord, and Crying Thief, which do not take seals if they go into your box.
Oh, that's the first time I heard that. I always just kill them.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyways,
that must be nice.
oh, you know that reserve operator tile that we were talking about? It does look like Red Alex did end up claiming it.
Yes, and now it looks like we are, what, 9 to 5?
Yeah, wait, actually a lot closer than I expected now. I feel like Red Alex does stand a chance. It's no longer a massacre.
Yes, Red Alex really putting in some effort to get those obscure tiles, but because Red Alex is going for some of those more obscure tiles, I wonder if that's going to come and bite them in the ass later. And wait, it looks like we have a Ling on skill... That is skill 2, right? Because skill 1 and 3 have... yes, and there we go. There's that bind.
Oh, nice. I did forget Ling's skill 2 does bind. Wow.
Yes. All right, Red Alex going for that comeback. Roll a 6 still untaken by either player because it was not declared. Have an ally died elemental damage. I don't think either player is going to be getting that unless they run into the eggs, just because of how hard it is to get the broodmothers to cooperate in killing your units. But I do think Blue Alex is on track to get that defeat the floor 3 boss tile and perhaps pick up the 10 relics on the way as well.
I feel like at this point, the board is starting to shrivel up, and there's not really much left that these guys can do past the floor 3. So I wonder, once Blue Alex, which we believe will be reaching the boss first, once Blue Alex does get there, will we see an instant restart? I think that would be very, very interesting.
Personally, if it were me, I would at least look at the first combat, or like go as far as I can via encounters and non-combats. Again, looking for that Rat King or that Pompey. But if I couldn't find it, that's when I would tap out, yes. But again, it is a question of if these players are going to have the presence of mind to look for those bosses before tapping out.
Got it. And looking back at the board real quick, travel through a passageway. What exactly is that? I think I missed it the first time around when we first saw that in match 1.
Oh, we've got a 6 from Red Alex. Will Red Alex declare? Will Red Alex declare?
Oh,
yes,
they're
that is a
aware.
declare.
Wait, Red
Very
Alex
nice.
slowly clawing it up. Blue Alex haven't redeemed anything for the past like 5 minutes already.
Yes, Blue Alex is making progress towards that floor 3 boss though, but because of Red Alex's very good map RNG, Blue Alex and Red Alex are now on the same combat, meaning whoever has the least combats or shortest maps in this floor will have the chance at that floor 3 boss first.
Oh my god, wait, that's a very good pickup right there. I feel like Blue Alex is kind of in danger with only 2 HP remaining. I don't know. I feel like this run is starting to slowly favor Red Alex all of a sudden. But it really depends, right? There's a lot of other things to look into at this point. I feel like some of the tiles still are very, very RNG contingent. Defeating Rat King Pompeii, that's definitely RNG to see if they can actually get there. Having an allied unit die to elemental damage, I feel like we can't really see that anytime soon as well. A stage without getting hit, I don't think either players are aware of that one right now. So what exactly are people going for? Probably just speed running the floor 3 boss and the 10 relics, maybe.
Yes, or perhaps getting an easy task if they run into the regional commission, but this is very late in the game to be running into a regional commission, so who knows if that'll be accomplished. I will say that Red Alex might possibly be able to clear a stage without getting hit later on because of that Ling, but again, like, that would be just heavy Ling skill 2 micro, so I'm not 100% sure if that's a viable strategy. Personally, I wouldn't risk it.
Wow, Blue Alex barely leaking one enemy and staying alive, keeping this run alive right now. This is not looking too good. Going ahead and recruiting one more guard. Wait, oh no.
And that's a 4-star, so...
Oh.
Is that 4? 1, 2, 3...
I think I only saw 3, but...
Wait. No, that is 4.
No, that's 4,
Scavenger,
you're right.
Conviction, Gitano, Matterhorn. That is 4.
Wow, and just like that, they've claimed it. Blue Alex have 4 4-star operators, now bringing their score to a whopping 10 to 7.
But Blue Alex is in trouble. It looks like they have 2 combats up ahead before that floor 3 boss. So if Red Alex gets a better... Oh, and it looks like Blue Alex is abandoning that entirely.
Wait, what? Oh no, do you think they just knew that they were going to do it?
I think that Blue Alex did not want to risk taking those 2 maps, and also I didn't actually see what the upcoming map was, but maybe they just knew that it wasn't possible. But to answer your question before we got sidetracked a little, Viper, travel through a passageway is if you are in possession of a key. Sometimes you will see a route that you cannot click down unless you have a key, and if you want to go down it, it will ask you if you want to go down it by trading in the key. That is the passageway, and that is what you need to do.
Oh, interesting. Wait, so how do you exactly obtain a key then?
Depending on if you can get it from encounters or if your tree is leveled up high enough, you start with one automatically.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay, well, we'll see if either of them...
Oh, Alex is going for no hit.
Wait, which Alex?
Blue Alex.
Blue
Alex is going for no hit.
Oh, I think Blue Alex is very aware. With only 3 tiles left to be claimed on their side, they just want to target the very easy ones. What are some easy ones? So that no-hit one's pretty easy to do. Wait, that's it. What else can he do? He's in trouble. Travel through a passageway, defeat Rat King. Those are pretty RNG focused, aren't they?
You can get a passageway on floor 1. It's just very rare. Big Adam is on floor 3, so I don't think Blue Alex is going to be going for that. Complete an easy task is entirely possible if Blue Alex runs into the regional commission on the 1st floor. Have a unit die to elemental damage is also on the same stage as Big Adam, so I honestly don't know. I feel like for Blue Alex, resetting was actually a wise choice, but given what tiles are available, I'm not 100% sure if Blue Alex can pull this off in the manner they think they might try. And it does look like Blue Alex is going to get away with that no hit.
Oh wow, still licking through enemies, but just fine. They do end up, I believe, they're going to be claiming that tile. And I think the next thing they'll probably be banking on is really just the RNG factor, the rare passageway, the easy task if they run into the commissioner. So their game is heavily relying on RNG at this point. Red Alex still very behind in the score, and as Blue Alex does try to pick up those rare ones, what is Red Alex up to?
I must say that Blue Alex only needs 1 more. So if Blue Alex can RNG into a passageway or an easy task, it's game over.
Oh wait, you're right. Wait, they're at 12 right now. 12 to 7.
Yes. So Red Alex has a lot of catching up to do. Even if they do get that defeat the floor 3 boss, they still need to claim 6 more tiles. So basically everything on the board.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, jeez.
Even if Blue Alex's run is contingent on RNG, Red Alex is so behind and must claim everything else. So the RNG factor is also there for them.
Yes, and I personally do not think that Red Alex can take all 6, even if they reset a run, because look at defeat Rat King Pompeii or Big Adam. That is so RNG contingent. It is entirely possible that you'll never even see them. So
Oh no. So this is all up to fate at this point. Red Alex better just start praying at this point, because this is looking like a dominant victory for Blue Alex. I think he's just
even
waiting.
though Blue Alex is starting to lose steam now, that early game momentum, taking so many tiles so rapidly, is really paying off for them.
Wow, I did not expect that. We kind of didn't see the strategy that we were talking about at the very beginning of the match, where both players go for those one-offs. The Blue Alex just was super efficient. Looked at the plus 30 DP deployment tile. They also looked at the skipper recruit. They just looked at the really fast ones and did it within the first like 2 minutes. So they were even more prepared. But
yes.
You're right.
And I really do think that a lot of consideration went into that first combat, because they did also get clear a stage bringing only operators with auto skills. They literally just had Mudrock solo that stage. So I really do think that opening consideration rewarding Blue Alex very strongly.
Wow. Now, looking back at this match and also the previous match, I feel like one of the operators that was used in both, actually two, is Texas Alter and Ling. I believe we're going to see them more and more going forward into the tournament. I feel like there should be some more variety, right? Like, what happened to Surtur? What happened to like Chthonic? Are those operators just not used in IS3?
Well, I did mention this. Oh, there was a regional commission on Alex's screen, but they're going for Ebb instead. Very interesting choice. But to answer your question, I mentioned this before during the show match, but do you remember the instant E2 squads from IS2 where you just instantly E2 all guards and vanguards that enter your party?
Yeah.
Yes, those were severely nerfed for IS3. So now you do not get guaranteed E2s. Instead, you get a guaranteed -2 hope reduction to recruit, and I believe -1 to promote. So they're cheaper, but there is only an RNG non-guaranteed chance of them being promoted when you go to pick them up. So because of that, there are no more instant E2 starts, no more instant E2 Thorns, no more instant E2 Chthonic, no more instant E2 Surtur. So that's why we're not seeing a lot of these common carries entering the field. We're seeing a lot more units that can perform at either E2 or E1 just because of that RNG associated with the quote-unquote instant E2 squads now.
Wow, that is very interesting. I feel like that does mold the meta a little more and provides more variety for all. Oh, wait, Alex,
yes.
Blue Alex, is that it?
Yes, that is the regional commission. Not sure what that quest was. I didn't get to see it.
Okay, I don't really know how the completing the task thing works, but also it looks like Red Alex is actually entering the 4th stage at this point.
Basically the commission is something like roll a die, defeat 10 seaboard enemies, something like that, and then you have to go and do it. But, again, I didn't actually get to see what that was, so, yeah. But how much time do we have, actually? Let's see.
I believe time is running up.
Right?
I believe they only have around 8 minutes.
Would you look at that? This is the big Atom stage for Blue Alex.
Oh, wait, you're right. This is the one with the elemental damage and the oh my god, wait, this might be the end. He saw it and he knew, and I think he has DPS. He has Mudrock to sustain, and he has Texas Alter, the strongest DPS.
Texas Alter. If is that E2?
I think that's E2. It looked like he was doing skill 3.
No, that's skill.
Oh.
2.
Oh, that's skill 2. I don't even know what skill 2 does. She has a skill 2.
I don't know. What, you think I use her?
What? You don't even know what Texas
Alter going.
Holy shit!
Gone. Full send. Blue Alex with the win.
Oh my god! Man was fishing for the last tile, and just like that, they claim it! Or will they claim it? Wait. Oh, there we go.
Smooth.
Defeats Big Adam, and that brings Blue Alex, to a 13-8 victory over Red Alex.
Oh, Red Alex, you tried so hard and got so far.
Oh,
but hey,
man.
that was like a really good-looking run back in the middle of the match. I will say though.
That was incredible. I'm not gonna say Tobo and Renbit's match was not fun to cast, but that was a sight to see. Not gonna lie, the fact that within the first 5 minutes we saw a majority of the board being taken, that was crazy.
Oh yes, that opening display from Blue Alex was just absolutely impeccable, and I think it's going to be really interesting to see how Blue Alex. Well, actually, I don't know if we'll see their match, but just moving forward in general, it'll be really interesting to see how these players, now having experienced our first bingo board, will start strategizing towards these harder challenges to come.
Yeah, no, a very good point. Now there's no longer two Alexes, so we can call them by Alex. But congratulations, Blue Alex, for your defeat over, for your victory, sorry, for over Red Alex. And we shall move on to see the board once again. That was a very fast match, though. How fast was that? That was like a 15 to 20 minute match.
Very quick, for sure.
Yeah, I really think as the board, progressively gets harder and harder, we're probably not going to see both players rush that quickly. There might not be such an obvious string of challenges or just tiles that they can that they can complete. So let's see how the competition stirs up. But yeah, what was your takeaway from that match between the Alexes?
Well, just to comment on something that you said, I will note that we are going to have more time added to the clock with each progressive rung of the ladder we go up. So these players are going to probably have some more time to just 1x and think instead of just going bang, 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 trying to get all these tiles cleared at once. Again, especially as the challenges increase in difficulty. But my takeaway from this match, holy crap! A strong start really does give you momentum. I mean, we saw Red Alex with a very consistent team, and Blue Alex, in fact, having to reset just because of bad team versus map matchup. And yet, Blue Alex's very strong opening salvo onto the bingo board just carried them through the rest of the match. So I wonder if anyone who's going to be competing and watching might actually try and open like that in the future, regardless of whether it forces them to reset early or not.
Yeah, I was really impressed by that. The fact that Blue Alex, the dominant Alex, actually got to floor 3 and they didn't even decide to compete anymore. That was very cool that they went back and they said, okay, I'm giving it to Red Alex. They can be the one to defeat floor 3 boss. I'm probably not going to make it, even though there's a chance, right? They probably could have gotten to floor 3 boss and the 10 relic achievement a lot faster for a guaranteed win, but it was probably going to be a lot more challenging for them from a squad perspective. So that was very cool to see. I almost feel like it was very difficult to counter Blue Alex's playstyle right there. It felt like they immediately within those 5 minutes that they had dissecting the board, they had a clear plan. They knew everything. They were the first ones to get it. The fact that off the bat, from round start, they just chose one Mudrock and ran with it, they knew exactly what they were doing. So I'm sure our participants are going to have more and more practice as we move on to top 16, as we move on to quarterfinals and semifinals. But it is very interesting to see what kind of strategies might come out to counter that kind of quick playstyle.
Yes, and of course it will be interesting to see as well if players try and counter each other's momentum, specifically by targeting those easy tiles, regardless of how it results in their teams being prepared for the later floors, floor 3, floor 4, and floor 5. And we do have our Blue Alex in the chat saying that yes, they are indeed an Osu player, which explains their high APM.
Oh, that actually matters? There's no way. I've always heard Osu is one of those games that helps you in every single game you play, whether it's a shooting game, whether it's a strategy game, those RTS games like StarCraft. But I don't. How much does it actually help in Arknights? Is there a correlation there?
I can tell you one thing it won't help you with: recognizing squares.
True. That requires a lot more reading comprehension. And
Viper, you're one to talk. Viper?
Yeah. Well, anyways, are you excited for the next match?
I am excited for the next match because, hey, are we allowed to talk about what's coming up on the floor too, or shall we save it for when the board gets revealed?
We'll save it for when the board gets revealed. It does sound like some matches are still coming to a close right now and entering sudden death. So,
all right.
As our organizers gets that set and Zafan gives us the go, we can just talk in general about what we've seen so far. But yeah, I mean, I am very excited for the next matches. So we just completed, or we're starting to complete top 32 right now. We're entering the top 16. all of these contestants will have had already one chance to kind of get the jitters out and try, the reading. I almost feel like a lot of the game is dependent on the first 5 minutes. If you were a player yourself, Zai, what do you think you would do in the first 5 minutes? Just kind of going, like, walking through the brain of some analyst in that kind of case.
If I was a player, I wouldn't be playing because I can only use.
No, if you were actually competing, you would not just do your niche knights, right?
If I was, but to be fair, I think I wouldn't be, because you know me, I can't speedrun without my birds. What do
Didn't
you want
say
me to
that
do?
you
Use
had
a
such
block?
I thought you had a qualifying time.
No, it's 24:11.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, so what is that? Is that really fast? I don't know. Is that?
It was competitive in day 1, but not on like day 3 and 4.
Oh,
But from a more pragmatic standpoint, though, if I were competing, I think what I would do is, obviously, as Blue Alex did, identify identify easy tiles to go for, and then try and see if you can somehow get like 2-for-1 deals. Like Alex got the auto and the Mudrock one, the 30 plus cost one. But alternatively, it's entirely possible that you could have done the bind an enemy and get no hit with a Ling S2. Obviously a bit harder to do, but somewhat possible. Basically just trying to double up on quests as much as possible so that, save on postage, keep everything at the fore of your mind, don't have to worry so much about focusing on this, that, and the other thing, just straight sweep.
Interesting. Yeah, I think that would be a very good plan to come in. Wow, yeah, I feel like it's super crucial what you do in those 5 minutes. It's like, one thing, it almost makes me believe that even with that kind of planning, is it actually that helpful if your opponent is thinking the same exact thing, right? Like if your opponent also looks at those same exact tiles and grabs it first, you're gonna have to pivot immediately. But I almost feel like with the board that we just saw, it was so front heavy. There were so many things you can do on floor 1. I wonder if to make the boards more challenging, and what we'll see going forward is stuff that is very contingent on a floor 3 to 4 to 5 kind of run. We haven't yet seen a board that says like complete the or clear the floor 5 stage or something like that. I think that would be very, very challenging for players. But in that terms, like, one thing I'm curious about, since these matches are bound to like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever, how long on average does it take to actually clear a IS3 run? Like a normal run, let's say you sit down and you're going at like a decent pace, how long would you say on average it would take to do that?
On Surging 0, I believe that my times, even up to Surging 10, were just regularly between 45 to 55 minutes.
Oh, wow. And does that assume that, like, are you failing like every other run, or is it generally like successful runs?
No, that is just one run, including load times, selections, 1x, bathroom breaks.
Jeez, that's a very long time. Maybe we actually won't see that kind of thing come out until maybe the grand finals or semis, because I feel like there's much less of like the going in and out of match thing that we can, not going in, like restarting your match strategy that can be deployed if there is a tile like that. So we'll have to see what comes up very soon. But wow, I'm very excited. First match, Tobo versus Renbit. We saw a much slower rise up. We had both players kind of dying before the third stage until Tobo did take floor 3, and we saw this kind of strategy that was mostly do one very long run and then kind of fill in the gaps at the very end. And then with our second match of the day, Blue Alex versus Red Alex, we saw a completely different vibe, a completely different pace of the game. So that was very interesting to watch, how quickly they were able to take those tiles and basically beat the game with about 18 or 19 minutes going in and 10 minutes remaining. So I'm excited to see what our round 2 is. I think the more and more we progress up the bracket, we're probably going to see a lot more aggressive playstyle. Would you agree with me on that?
I would actually ask you to define what you think by, what you mean by aggressive.
I think it's going to be a lot of scheming at the very beginning. Like this kind of strategies where, okay, let's try to do a floor 1 clear as much as possible, get as many things, and then restart. I feel like there's going to be a difficulty spike, and there's going to be a lot of things that do require a lot more good, like well put together squad. So, kind of out of the gate, selecting a few tiles and then just going at it and then restarting. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I felt that Blue Alex's strategy going into that last match, it seemed like they were very much riding on the edge going through the entire stage. They had barely any HP left. They were scuffing it super hard. If there are a lot of tasks that are a lot more difficult to pull off, I don't know if that kind of strategy would work. So by aggressive, I mean very much off the gate, go in, have like a filler squad, get as many things as possible, restart, and then try to go for a complete run with like a pretty well-stacked squad.
Well, I will say that is entirely viable, but that sort of jockeying for position on the early board might come back to haunt you. Even in the easy board, we saw the League 5 enemies. I mean, it seems to be free, and yet we saw Blue Alex take it and get punished for it by failing very later on. Now, with the easier board, obviously that's fine, because a lot of the tasks can be done between floors 1 and 3. But as we move on, as we get to more challenges that can only be done on floors 4 and 5, do you really want to be taking such a risk that could make you drop out halfway through when you have no chance of making it back to floor 5? Or alternatively, even if you just jockey for position and then reset after your first map, what if your opponent just gets a really good string of non-combats and makes it all the way to floor 5 and has spare time to go back and pick up those spare like floor 1 tiles? So I think this sort of cost benefit analysis, these players are going to have to start thinking about that more, and especially watching out for things that seem like they're easy takes but that might really just like set you back, such as, I don't know if this is actually a tile, but like what if there was something that has make it to floor 3 having no more than 5 relics. It sounds easy on paper, but if you have to make it all the way to floor 5, you might get punished for it.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah, I guess it really just depends on what kind of bingo board we'll see. And there's going to be a lot of interesting challenges. Some might lend to either playstyle a little better. So we'll have to see very soon. Overall, I am pretty excited with what I've seen so far. I think that it'll only get better from here. And our next match, we'll show on the screen very soon. I think our next match will be pretty interesting against two pretty well-known players in the community.
Oh, is it determined? Who are we going to be, dropping in on?
Yeah, I believe. I mean, I'm gonna wait on the final on the final board, or sorry, on the final bracket right now. But I believe it will probably most likely be Everest versus Drails. I think it'll be a very interesting match.
The man from your community versus the YouTube content creator. Now that's going to be one for the ages.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I don't know, I'm pretty nervous. I'm nervous for either of them. I think I haven't seen Everest play in a long time. I think Drails probably puts up a very good fight nonetheless. So I don't know. I'm nervous for both of them. I would love to see both of them pull off a very close match, ideally.
Whatever we get to see from them, I think either way it's going to be a very fierce match, because both of these players have proven themselves in their own venues. So putting them head to head, I feel we might get some very interesting gameplay out of it. Or, just some funny forget to call your tiles.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing I've been thinking about is, we got some time yesterday to show that show match to the contestants, so they're aware of what the format is like. If you were a contestant after seeing that, do you think you would have prepared at all for the last 24 hours?
I think I would have curled up in a ball and cried.
I mean, part of me is like, okay, I bet some people are going to take that format and be like, okay, this one's going to look like, let me try practicing a ton of runs. But then, like, what exactly do you practice, right? Do you come up with a list of criteria that you try to meet each time, and maybe like you shuffle up like 100 different challenges and try to do them at once? How exactly do you prepare for this kind of tournament?
I think actually, if I may say this, I think actually that kind of approach would be a little less helpful than going in and seeing absolutely, like, what is the absolute minimum you need to get away with certain things. Like, I'm just going to use myself as an example because I've played Bird Knights on Surging level 15 so much that, like, I know what I can get away with. I know that Irene on E1 can carry all the way up through floor 3 without needing a healer, depending on, like, who else is in the team with her. I know that recruiting Orchid is not good for me under certain circumstances, and I know that having Gnosis or Fiametta is an absolute must if I'm trying to get to floor 5. But what I don't know, like, if I can if I know the absolute minimums for what I can get away with, then that would let me like tailor the rest of my team in order to fit some of these really, really silly tiles. Like, if I know Irene can carry me to floor 2, I can spend the entire first floor getting reserve operators or spending 0 hope. If I know that I need Gnosis, I can grab him first and have him freeze enemies and get that tile out of the way. So it just depends on like what you know of your margins.
Wow, that was a little too much for me to understand, but I agree.
Tweet.
Well, guess what? The scores are in, and round 1 is over for all 32 contestants. The bracket is now squished down to 16 remaining players, and let us take a look at the updated bracket now. All right.
Where are our... Ah, I see that both Blue X and Lurky have advanced.
Oh.
Unfortunately, we will not be banning anyone from our channels these days.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't recognize the players in the middle if y'all looking at the right side. So I don't are those Chinese letters? I don't recognize those.
I think they want it to be called Jian or something like that.
Oh, their name is John? Wow.
No, Jian, like Jian. I don't know how to say that. I'm sorry.
Jian.
Oh, okay, Viper.
Oh wow, so are they a CN player or something? What is
No,
that?
I think they just really wanted to make their Arknights name stand out.
Oh yeah, well it definitely is doing that. Super Blaze making in that battle between Reef and Super Blaze. Shade taking it. How do you pronounce that? Chthonic?
Chthonic.
Chthonic. Making it through as well.
Yeah, like Cthulhu, yeah.
Cthulhu,
Okay.
Your man Lurky is in as well against Scorpius.
Yes. So I do not have to fire Lurky. Excellent.
Wow. All right. This is pretty good. Only 16 players remaining, and we will be streaming Everec versus Drails for all of you guys out there. This is officially now round 2. And all 8 of these matches for these 16 players are going to be happening concurrently. We're only going to be streaming Everec versus Drails, but all 8 matches are going to happen at the same time and conclude around the same time. And that will bring us to round 3. So, yeah, it's decided. Everec versus Drails. That's going to be the matchup.
What I would like to say, though, is that we have some very interesting stats coming out of this scoreboard. Every single match was a win by 13, but the match between Super Blaze and Reef ended with a score of 13-12, which implies that either a sudden death or one hell of a comeback went off there.
Holy, that's really crazy. That the entire board was cleared. Wow, I feel like some of the ones are very difficult to pull off from that board, but that's cool. We'll have to see. I think the competition will become more and more fierce as we go forward. Both players are going to be a lot more adept. Is that the correct word? Are you that?
Yes, adept.
Oh, adept, not inept. Adept. See, look at my literature. Adept with their gameplay style, so they'll probably be fighting a lot more back and forth. What I realized is that the better you are in this kind of format, the closer the game is, because naturally you'll probably be able to wipe out like 80% of the board by yourself, but your enemy is also doing the same, and you'll be fighting for the last few tiles depending on what is missing. So I would love to see a lot more closer games, and we're gonna be moving forward with Everec versus Drails now. Let's see if they are ready in the back end.
I think we're still getting our players together. We do also want to give them some rest in between matches. Let them, get their concentration back. Because this has got to be a lot of pressure on them. Keeping in mind 25 objectives while also trying to play Arknights.
Yeah, that's a lot. I think PvP already is very nerve-inducing. Like, I've heard many times a lot of community members that have participated in these types of events. It's the first time ever that they felt this kind of stress playing Arknights. And Arknights, again, strategy game, precision placement game. It is very important to be on nerve when playing this game. So I love the fact that people are experiencing that through community content like this. I think it is very, very unique compared to a lot of other games out there, especially given that Arknights does not have that PvP format. So, sorry. There we go. The board has actually been set. And, take it away.
All right. Looks like we've got a little more of a spicy matchup this time. Like, hello, clear floor 3 boss as the last enemy? Oh man, that's going to really mess up a few AoE operators' days. Kill the last enemy inside the blue box, requiring a little bit of daring. Spend 3 keys. What I'll tell you right off the bat is that you only start with 1 key, even with a fully maxed tree. So, good luck finding some keys on the road. And let's see. Oh, a flawless strategy streak of 7. That, of course, might be a little bit of a challenge. For those of you who don't know what a flawless streak is, whenever you clear a map without losing life points, you get a flawless, like a tick, and because you did that, you have the chance to roll a relic. Not always, but there is a chance you will get a relic at the end of the stage. But, more importantly, this is the streak that they will be counting. If you lose a life point, that will break, and then you'll have to start all over again. Now, you can leak while doing this, but you just can only use shield HP. So, there will be some really careful management of resources there if anyone's trying to go for that. But more importantly, I'm pretty sure you're not getting that before floor 3 or even floor 4. So, we're gonna start seeing a lot more longer runs. And get an enlightenment. Hey, Viper, you remember what a curse is?
No.
You know when you roll low and then you get Ligma?
You have to roll a 1?
Yes, this is the opposite of that. Not only do you need to roll a 6, you need to have high light in order to do that. Meaning that you need to not be leaking. Now, what I will say is that... Oh, give me 1 moment. Sorry, my screen was having a bit of a day there. What I will say is that we actually created this board with a particular theme in mind, and the particular theme that we have is exploration. So this board is themed around exploring the map, exploring the units that you can get, and interacting with all the various things that pop up on the screen. Also,
bro, this looks so hard compared to the previous one. What is this? Some of these are like multi-instance things. Like what? Visit 3 shops? You're gonna be paying attention to how many shops you're visiting? Shit. I feel like it's gonna take a long time for these guys to clear this. Do you know how much time both these players will get in this round?
This round is going to be 45 minutes, but more importantly, hey, I hope these people have some paper and a pen to write things down with, because, hey, you really want me to... Oh, no, sorry, Zafang is saying that this is also 30 minutes.
Whoa.
In that case, you'd better have a paper and pen to write this down with, because not even I can keep track of all of this. Hey,
okay,
hey,
let's
can I get a personal aid here?
Some easy ones off the gate. Destroy a treasure chest. Doesn't that appear off the first map?
Not necessarily, but, I wonder if they're specific about what kind of treasure chest, because technically there's 3 kinds. Oh well, we'll let the mods be picky about that. But no, treasure chests are not guaranteed, but they are a pretty common spawn. You just have to go out of your way to whack it to death.
Oh my god. Oh, this is so difficult. Wait, what's a tactical equipment? What is that?
Do you remember those things like the Snowsync crane that you can use to get operators out of the combat, or that little SP thing that gives you 2 SP or 3 SP every 3 seconds from Maria Neural, or even the mines from Maria Neural that stun things? It's like that.
No. What?
Oh.
Is that like a relic?
No, it's basically a tool that you usually get from the shops that gives your operators either buffs or like lets them do things. So like one of those is the Snowsync crane, which retreats your operator.
Oh, the thing's an SSS?
Wait,
that's an SSS though.
No.
The thing that in SSS you like
I'm
pick.
trying to
Okay.
recognize.
Right.
Do you remember in Maria Neural how there were those mines that would stun people for 12 seconds?
Yes. So just like like an extra operator slot thing.
Yes, and like the mines in 7-18.
Wait, technically, isn't your dice a tactical equipment then?
No, it is not. It has to fill specifically the tactical equipment slot, which on your UI can be accessed from the bottom bar. So it does have to fill that UI slot.
I see it. Well, with that, the 5 minutes is almost up, and let's wish both of these contestants, Drails and Everec, the best of luck as they go into round 2, top 16.
All right, we're going to see them starting off very soon. Hey, Viper, I actually need to go get some tea. Can I leave you to babysit the chat for a minute?
Oh, yes, yes.
All right.
All
right, chat, you're in Viper's hands now. Woo, I'm out of here. No, I'm kidding. I'll be back.
Yeah, no problem. Well, guys. Hello. Hello, guys. All right, match has started between Drails and Everest. Both of them deciding to pick a random squad. I guess he's. Oh God, I can't say anything. Everest taking blue woman. Is that mounted? Oh wait, Poggy Denko. Drails taking that super bad 3-star sniper. Forgot her name. And Glaucus. Oh my God, Drails going to the stage first right now. Oh, he's picking 3 squads. Wait, what? Those are really bad units. I was getting 6 stars right there. What is Everest going for? What? I don't know. Everest. Everest. Oh, mountain. Everest deciding to take that mountain right here. I don't see any treasure box on either screen. Both kind of unlucky, but right now Drail is going ahead with a very troll squad. What? What is that? You don't even have
I see they've gotten off to a very strong start. What is? Oh, Drails has low star gaming. Hey. You know Dr. Silvergun's got that niche copyrighted, right? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, why is he doing that?
I don't know. Perhaps he's trying to get the what is that one? Give me one moment. I'm looking for it. Oh, have at least 10 available hope. Top row, 4th box.
Oh. Wait, what? He did it already? What the heck?
No,
He's too
but what's
good.
he... No, because you start with 6 hope, and assuming that you don't recruit anyone, you'll get 4 hope from beating the first map, and that'll take you all the way up to 10.
Oh, okay, well, interesting. Wait, Everest just did it so quickly. What the heck? Bro, this is why 6 stars are OP. Wait, Drails right now suffering right now with those absolutely ridiculously bad operators. What the heck?
But if he can make it through, it'll be free real estate.
Oh, I see.
And, interesting. Did we see someone smash that drifting cache, or what just happened?
What? What, the drifting cache?
Did you see the box on Everec's screen?
What?
The little blue box that he got after beating the boss, or beating the stage?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. Well, if I see one, I'll let you know. Oh, and Everett's trying to go for the robot thing, I guess. But that thing is called a drifting cache, and I'll call your attention back to it.
Oh wait, he did destroy it. What the heck?
Yes. Okay. Excellent. That happened a little too quickly for me to see. But yes, that blue box is a drifting cache, and you can either use a key to open it, roll a die to open it, or just smash it open and get absolutely nothing. But hey, it's for the views, right?
Oh. Yeah, absolutely. Right now, Everest using Pog. Is that
Pogdanko?
Yeah.
We love Pogdanko.
Why would you decide to use that operator out of any supporter?
Hey.
Like, bro.
Don't be mean.
Wait, she's good?
Silence. She can heal. Yeah, haven't you seen Silvergun sing her
I
praises?
have never seen her in use before, because she's a 4-star.
Viper, that's because you just used 4 stars.
Oh, you mean 6 stars?
Oh, look! Everett's
wait,
trying
you're
to
right.
destroy a chest.
Oh.
And there it goes.
Wait, what?
Everec is just dominating right now. What is going on?
What happened to Drails right there?
Maybe Drails decided to reset.
What exactly was he going for in that run once again? I couldn't tell.
I don't know. I thought he would be going for get 10 available hope, because you see, look, you start off with 6. Drails has 6 right now, and if you only get 3 stars or things that cost 0 hope, then beating the first floor or beating the first boss will give you 4 more hope when you level up, and that's a total of 10. But I don't know what's happening right now. I genuinely don't.
Oh wait, he's going for the same exact strategy once again.
I am so confused right now. Perhaps there is some greater big brain play that we don't see.
I also see that he decided to choose Shaw because he has his eyes on push an enemy into a hole. Is the water a hole right there?
No, the water is not a hole.
Oh, okay.
Do not try this at home, kids. But
okay.
I will say Everec is going for Kill, Gopnik, Ducklord, or Crying Thief. This is a stage where you are guaranteed to run into the Crying Thief. And so if Everec can pull this off, that's another one tucked under his belt.
Yeah, it looks like Everest does have the massive time advantage at this point. He's looking to have a very solid run, has a lot of HP to spare, has the 6 stars down. I feel like he Like, it doesn't look that clear right now, but I feel like he has a pretty big advantage going forward, as a lot of these challenges are multi-stage challenges.
Yes, or at the very least, they're going to require you to get further on in the like IS2 run. Like, some of these things you are just not going to be getting out of the way on floor 1 or even floor 2. So very interesting to see whether these players will keep their runs for the first thing, and then for the second, if they don't, when exactly they're going to decide to punch out.
So looking at the bingo board right now, I'm seeing this one challenge that says encounter an enemy from Gaviel, the Great Chief.
There we go.
Huh?
There we go. Drails just have at least 10 available hope. That might have been what he was trying to go for. I don't know why it didn't go through the first time. Oh, you know what? Perhaps he realized he didn't declare and had to go back and redo it all just to declare. And look, that's an enemy from Gaviel and the Great Chief, but will Drails declare?
Wait, what? What's the enemy? Oh, that crocodile-looking ass?
Yes, that's from Gaviel and the Great Chief.
He's in the
Aren't I correct?
hole!
Now he's in the hole. So that's
Oh,
two things
no.
that Drails can declare if he remembers.
Is he going to remember?
Well, there's the push.
Oh, there. Yep. I think he knows,
Well-
but does he know about the Gaviel enemy
Punch
though?
proc, yes. I don't know.
I don't think he's declaring it. My God, this is a missed
Oh, no.
opportunity.
Well, it is very easy to overlook, but oh geez, like, you're not going to be getting another enemy from Gaviel and the Great Chief until floor 3. This is it. It's Symbiosis and Troglodyte Tribe, and I think that might be it, actually.
Oh wow, wait, Everest using a tactical equipment? What did he use? Is that a castle?
Oh, do you see that little little Red Cross med pack on Everec's deploy bar?
Oh, I thought that was like a Pogdanko summon or some shit.
Oh no, that's a med kit. You just put it on an operator and it heals them right up.
Oh wait, where did he get that one from? Is that like a relic?
Probably from the shop. Disclaimer: do not actually expect these things to heal your operators. When in doubt, employ an actual medic. Do not consult first aid kits for actual medical advice.
Interesting. This is actually one of the first times I'm seeing Highmore in action. What exactly does Highmore do?
Oh
That's
look,
like a
Drails
Lapuma.
did declare. Drails did declare the Gaviel and the Great Chief enemy. So yes,
Oh,
Drails
okay.
is starting to catch up.
Cool.
Highmore is the same type as the Pluma. I personally haven't used her myself because she is not a bird, but I am told that she performs better than the Pluma in IS3, and that Highmore starts are in fact actually a very valid option for IS3.
Interesting. I did not know that she is a La Pluma archetype, but she looks strong. That looks ridiculous. Oh, wait, did Drails just pick up Ling?
Yes, Drails did pick up Ling after his first combat, I believe.
Okay, let's see. Right now, Everest still working through towards floor 3 right now. What things are available to be had on the board? Enter floor 3 with no E2s. Has he E2'd any operator yet?
Oh, look, he's trying to kill that caster in the blue box. Everec is, and there it is.
Wait,
Yato
what?
with the kill.
What the heck?
Very nicely done, Yato.
That was a challenge?
Yes,
Oh,
kill
no.
enemy. First column, third row.
Wow, he's really taking
And Everec
advantage
pulling
here.
ahead very strongly.
Oh, he's at the E2. Wait.
Where?
Oh, Everest decided to E2 his Glaucus. No longer can he get the enter floor 3 with no E2s challenge.
That's very
Drails.
interesting. But, well, remember what I said in our interlude, Viper? Perhaps some of these quests are actually traps. Like, remember the leak 5 enemies, and then that ended up wrecking Blue Alex's run? Likewise, not entering floor 3 without an E2, especially when we mentioned in our post-match talk that floor 3 is where the difficulty does start to spike if you don't have any E2s. Perhaps Everec weighed the odds and decided that it just isn't worth taking that risk moving into floor 3 and risking that lead that he has.
Interesting. I just saw Drails roll the die twice. What happened right there? He's rolling it again? He can roll it 3 times in a row?
No. What happened was Drails got onto a floor, must have rolled low, re-rolled again to try and roll high, but did not get an enlightenment, and then went into an encounter which requires you to roll a die. So that's how you got 3.
Oh, interesting. Okay, that was very confusing to me right now. So it looks like he is going a lot slow. Wait, you're forced to go onto a stage?
Are you?
I don't know. Anyways, what is the score right now? We have 7 points for Everest.
Oh, I just realized something. Everec didn't declare enter a battle in an encounter. Do you remember that stage that had the crying thief on it? The one with all the slugs and the invisible dog?
Yeah.
You enter that from an encounter, so looks like both of our players are having a bit of a forgetful day today.
Enter it. I don't even see it on the
Like
board.
I said.
Where's it on the board?
Like I said. It is on the board.
Enter a battle in an encounter?
Yes, that one. But
Huh.
like I said, there's a lot that you need to keep track of in this match. So I do not fault Everec for not picking that one up at all.
Wait, one other challenge I see is have 6 enemies being blocked at the same time. How exactly does that happen? I thought that was only possible with enemies from Chapter 10.
Well, if you get the same... Well, I must note 2 things. It says in total, so that means technically you could have 2 defenders that are full up.
Oh.
And number 2, if you run into that Sanguine Arc stage, it's free real estate.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I feel like that's something that you have to do way later on when you have, like, 2 defenders built up and ready to go. That's a lot to handle.
Well, wait. Oh no! I just thought of something totally, do you remember that boss where, like, it looks like a little monster, and then there's, like, little debris blocks on the stage, and it wanders around in circles?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I wonder if we'll see our players try and use those blocks to count as blocked enemies.
The blocks?
Yes, those little pieces of rubble have 3 blocked, didn't you know?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Viper, have you played IS-3 at all?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, if I'm casting this, I know I'm like an IS-3 expert, right?
Viper, I am concerned.
Well, anyways, Everest right now looking very strong. I don't even know why he chose to use that Glaucus. Glaucus is just bad. But he is
Hey, don't you dare talk bad about my sea slug.
Wait, what? You like Glaucus? What does
I like
Glaucus even do?
She is a valuable member of
Wait,
this
that's
team.
a she? What?
Viper, you can't just say
what
that.
does she? What does she do?
She has I believe it's a true AoE bind on S2, as well as extra damage against drones, and does arts damage.
Oh, I mean, are there any comparable operators to Glaucus?
Well, if you want anti-air supporters, there's no parallel, but as a DPS unit, I mean, she is unfortunately a 5-star.
Huh, okay, well, it looks like Everest clearing an emergency on not floor 1, destroying... Wait, they destroyed... Oh, no, that was from a while back. They destroyed treasure chest as well. Wait, how did they... They're at what? 8 right now? They're at 8 compared to
Everec is at
Drails.
8 and Drails is at 5. And I will say that, however, Drails did just take have 6 operators facing up at the same time, so Drails is working on a comeback.
Oh, I completely forgot about that. I feel like Everest could have done that one too. He may have forgotten. Yeah, it's like,
Well,
what, 8
I mean-
operators at this point?
Yes, but you do have to remember that the ground operators, if they're facing a direction that you don't want them to face, are just going to have a very bad day. So maybe Everec, again, just decided that it wasn't worth risking losing control of the run just to pick that one up. Who knows?
Oh, I see. Okay. I feel like at this point, what can they do? Have 2 class book relics? Play the same robot twice on one stage? Wait, robot?
Yes, robot. You know, I'm actually surprised that Everec hasn't picked that one up yet, because we've seen 2 stages where Everec has deployed Justice Knight in the very beginning, and yet that one hasn't been done yet. So maybe Everec is just suffering a very bad case of Fergor.
You're right. The thing is, Justice Knight, what is that super long redeployment time? That is ridiculous.
Oh, all robots have that redeployment time.
Oh, really? Oh my
Unless
god.
you have Kiave on the field.
Interesting. Well, it looks like we still have some time to go. Spend 3 keys? I feel like that's really hard to track across the entire IS-3, right? Or is it actually feasible to do that in one run?
It doesn't say it has to be in one run, Viper.
Oh. Wait,
and I believe Drails is already 2 keys in, maybe 1 or 2 keys in. I definitely saw him spend a key. So Drails is making very solid progress towards that. If he can remember, of course.
Well, I guess we'll have to see what happens there. I can't really tell how far people are into this map right now. What floor is Drails on? I believe that's floor 2, is that correct?
Yes, and Everec is about, I believe, on his way out of floor 2. And is he going to get... Oh, he's stalling! He's stalling by retreating his operators to try and get Justice Knight back on the field one more time.
You're right! Oh my god!
Oh, look at that! He's letting it...
Wait.
Justice
Oh
Knight!
my God! He
Hey!
actually
got
did
away
it!
with it! Let's
That
go!
was so close! If he kept that mountain on, I don't think he could have done it.
Yes, very, very smart and quick thinking there from Everec. Now will he remember to declare it?
Wow, that was very impressive.
And
He gets it.
Drails just getting enter floor 3 with no E2s.
Oh, wait, that's crazy. The fact that he got all the way to floor 3 without E2ing a single operator, and he's still alive. 7 HP.
As I mentioned, it is entirely feasible to beat floors 1 and 2 with no E2 operators. However, it will remain to be seen if Drails can keep it together because, like we mentioned earlier and like a lot of the people in the chat echoed, floor 3 is where the maps really start getting aggressive. And if you're not prepared and if you don't have perhaps the right E2s or the right E1s to make up for your lack of E2s, you're going to be in a world of hurt.
Very good point. It also does look like Everest picks up the emergency dispatch of an E2 operator right now, heading to this new stage. Honestly, in my eyes, Everest does seem slightly ahead, but I can't really tell who's going to be ahead in the score at the very end, given these tiles.
Well, you know what? Chad is actually picking up a very, very apt point that Everec is apparently in possession of Flawless Streak 7, but did not declare. And this map, the Nest, is actually a very notorious Floors 3 stage on higher difficulty for utterly wrecking your shit and ruining your runs. No, I do not have personal feelings involved. What are you talking about?
Wait, remind me. Sorry, I'm forgetful. Remind me again. What is this flawless strategy victory? What is that? What is a streak?
If you clear a stage without losing any HP seals, that is called flawless. You may lose shield HP, and you may leak enemies that do not take life seals as well, but you may not lose any HP. So you need to do that 7 times in a row. And apparently Everec is in possession of it, but didn't declare.
Wait, but he can definitely declare on the next one, right? That's something that you can probably do concurrently.
If he doesn't leak.
Oh no, he is in trouble. But dude, that Highmore is just going crazy. Getting shot by like 5 different snails and staying alive. What is that?
I don't know, but man, this is making me want to investigate Highmore for sure.
Wow, wait, is he gonna do it now? He just cleared the stage. Is he aware? His game is spazzing.
Will he see?
Oh, wait.
Yes, that is Flawless 8, isn't that? Will he declare?
Is he aware? It also does look like Drails picks up the Have 2 class book relics, bringing him up to a score of 7 right now. It is getting very, very close. 9-7.
And
it's really anyone's game.
It looks like Everec isn't declaring.
Oh no, he's not. He just doesn't know. He actually just does not know.
But this is a very good map for what Everec is for clearing floor 3 boss as the last enemy. Have you ever faced this boss, Viper?
No, I've never even got past floor 1, so I have no clue.
Oh, Viper. Well, the boss here is actually 2 enemies in 1. There's a Scorpion that's going to do race car laps around the bottom, and there is a very annoying Fish Bishop, or Fish-up, if you will, that'll walk across the top. And it moves so freaking slowly that it is very, very, very easy for that boss to be the last enemy you kill. So, as long as Everec manages to keep control of the map the entire time and kill the Fish-up last, we'll be all good.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so this seems set. He's gonna get that middle tile if he does everything correctly. Will he?
Huge if.
Will he request, or sorry, will he do a reset? That's my question. It's like at this point, there's only what is that? There's only 7 tiles remaining. Is it worth to keep going after this?
I actually don't know. I think that it is entirely possible that a reset might be viable because let's consider this. Spend 3 keys? No way you're getting that on only like 4 floor and 5. Enter a battle and an encounter, possible, but I mean, you could like it's a little. I feel like your odds for that are a little bit better on floors 1 and 2, given that there's the Crying Thief event and the floor 1 emergency event that you can pick up on floor 2. The Baleful Broodlings thing, I think, is just right out. Flawless 7. Everett, please just freaking look at your flawless count.
Clearly
and then
he
visit
had to
3
see that,
shops
right?
overall. Yeah, visit 3 shops overall. I feel like Drails is actually the one who's closer to that because, actually I don't remember, but oh look, Drails is resetting now.
Oh,
I think
wait,
Drails
what?
is trying to spend a 3rd key because Drails is already if he's going to get one more key from this reset.
No, Everest is burning down the bishop. Wait.
Well,
wait,
the
what?
Scorpion and the Bishop are the same dude. So,
Oh, what? What? Wait, are you serious?
Yeah, you have to kill both at the same time.
What? Wait, what? What?
It's a 2-for-1 sale. What? Never been to Walmart?
Oh, I knew that.
You did know that. All right. Well, it looks like Everec will have that middle tile. What are we at now? 11 to.
Oh, it's a very close game.
11 to. 8. 11 to 8.
11.
Yes, it is 11
10. 10.
11. There's 3 plus 3 plus
11
5.
to 8. Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay. Listen, we're good at Arknights, or I'm good at Arknights, not math. Thumbs up.
Wait, what do you mean? You mean both of us?
What?
Okay.
Are you good at math?
Well, anyways, Everest decided to actually go forward with that map. He did not go for a reset. Oh my god, what is that stage? What the heck?
More
Bro,
importantly,
what is that?
Everec is still not declaring.
No, he's trolling. He's actually trolling at this point. He knows. He's confident.
He's listening in on us,
Wait, what
listening
the-
to us mauled, isn't he? Isn't he?
Wait, what is that Podenko damage on that stage? What?
Well, Podenko is actually a very good operator for the stage. Do you remember those little dodgy boys that Mountain is currently squaring off against?
Yeah, I hate those guys. They leaked to my server
Well, she
somehow.
can silence them, and then they won't dodge
Oh.
anymore. Good job, Podenko. You're a valuable member of this team.
Wow. So is this a special stage? I did not see this on the previous runs.
No, this is just a floor 4 stage.
Interesting.
No one made it up there before. But I wonder what Everec is going to accomplish here. I don't think Everec can do anything on this stage. So hopefully now that he doesn't have anything to think about, surely he'll call Flawless 7, right?
True,
Right? Now that there's
true.
nothing to cut. Now that there's nothing to tunnel vision
exactly.
on, right?
Oh, unless
Truly.
wait, this looks so bad. What's going on? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. His Podenko's dead. Wait, this stage looks so difficult. Wait, oh my god, is that
Glaucus
Glaucus
with the
damage?
bind! Glaucus with the bind! Glaucus, you are a valuable member of this team.
Oh my
Because,
god.
remember, those dodge boys can only be hit if they're afflicted by a status effect. Or, well, you can go through the dodge if they're afflicted by a status effect, and bind counts. Glaucus is a valuable member of the team.
Dude, Everest not even using his Texas Alter to the maximum. I thought he would just try to Texas Alter that group of beaks. Oh no, they're starting to walk.
Oh, well, Texas Ultras. No, it's actually very smart because they went on the bleed tile, which does true damage. And because they have such high dodge stats, naturally they have less HP in order to account for that. And so once they're on the bleed tile, it's free real estate.
What?
Basically, they walk onto the bleed tile, which does true damage, and because they can't dodge true damage, it just eats up their HP, and then they commit die.
That is interesting.
All right, hey Viper, you want to bet on whether Everec declares this one?
I mean, at this point, let's look. What else can he actually do? Spend 3 keys? No, he's not going for that. Enter a battle in an encounter. I feel like that's probably faster if you're on floors 1 and 2. Have 1
Yes.
operator block 3 baleful blue. What is that? What is
The
what even
popcorn
is
ball.
that?
That's a popcorn ball.
Oh, I see.
Ooh, Glaucus with the kill on the Duck Lord. You are a valuable and contributing member of this team. Everec, please declare.
Okay, if he does not declare, I'm gonna be very confused what he is doing
If
at
he
this
does
point.
not declare, you should ban him. I should ban him too.
I should ban him. Yeah, definitely. Okay, let's
Maybe
see.
he was just waiting for 10 to like,
He
just like
key?
flex it in. There we go. Finally.
He used
He
a key.
was waiting to flex.
Oh wow, he was flexing. So there he goes. He's now up. What? 12 points? Is that correct? He's at match
Yes.
point.
Oh, would you look at that?
Wait, what is it going for
It might
now?
be possible to get 3 baleful broodlings at once on this stage.
Wait, are you
but
serious?
It'll be very difficult. It'll be very difficult. The baleful broodlings do not have very high stats, and they lose HP over time. So you're going to need to play very, very wisely in order to have a block 3 of them at the same time.
What? Wait, oh no, he's leaking on purpose. What is this?
No, he's leaking the setup. Because of those tile bans, he's going to need to play very, very smartly because this is Hunting Grounds. Hunting Grounds is another stage. Oh, look, he's setting up Norcorn. That's 1.
Oh my god, you're right.
That's
There's
2.
no way.
One more.
No way.
Oh, no. Noir's killing them too fast.
Wait,
Noir's
that's 2.
killing them too quickly.
Oh, that's
look,
2.
look.
No, he's dead.
Oh, no. Just put someone. Oh, no, he doesn't have anyone who can block 3.
Oh my god.
No.
He has to wait for the
Oh,
Norcorn if possible. And they're all dying. Wait, why are they all dying?
Jeez. Wait, is he resetting?
Does he
He's
know?
thinking about it. He only needs 1 more tile.
Wait, isn't Silverash skill 2 a 3 block?
No, but what happened to Drails?
Oh, wait.
It looks like Drails might have crashed.
Wait. Oh no. Oh god. Technical difficulties. No.
Drails, we've lost Drails.
We lost Drails. Let me check on the back end real quick. I think his game just crashed.
Yes, I think so too.
We'll see, guys. Technical difficulty for a second. The board is still live. Everest
Everec
actually
just resetted though.
he resetted, but Everest is doing a gentleman pause.
Wait, no, look, no, it might be over.
Wait, what?
Have one operator block 3 balefuls at once. Somehow that went.
Wait,
that
what?
went through. No,
That went
Noir,
through?
Noir in his dying moments had 3 of them on him, and it counted.
Wait, really?
Yes, because we saw 3 baleful broodlings on the ground, meaning that they had to all be on him. Viper?
Yeah. Definitely.
Well, that
What?
looks like match.
Wait, I thought that was kind of interesting because we were watching it. It looked like it wasn't possible, but there we go.
If I had to guess, maybe that pause was just like requesting an instant replay review from a mod, and I guess they determined that it was indeed 3 balefuls on Noir before he died and left the field. So
Wow.
congratulations to Everec. So that's like what, 13-8? Wow.
That's wild. 13-8 victory for Everec. Man came out. Drails put up a very good fight. Blundered a little too much. We did see Everest not claiming that flawless strategy streak of 7 for like what? How many rounds? Like 11 maps or
3.
something. That was crazy. But cool match. Wow. Top 16.
Yes, very impressive skills there. And all those 13 tiles were gotten on 1 run, so we're starting to see the fracturing of the one and done like playstyle.
Wow. Man, I feel like this board is definitely a level up from round 1. Some of these tiles are a lot more difficult to achieve, but obviously for our contestants today, I think they can put up a very good fight. These last 4 tiles that we did not see in play, spend 3 keys. I felt like both players were pretty close to that, right? I thought Drails, you said, was at 2 keys, so maybe he just had some bad RNG going into that part. Enter a battle in an encounter. I believe you mentioned that both players already, they did do that, but they just forgot to claim. Visit 3 shops overall. I remember you mentioned Drails were pretty close to that. Could have brought it to a very close game. And then get an enlightenment. I feel like that one is really hard to get, isn't it? It's a very RNG-inducive tile.
You need to have not only, I believe, 90 or like 85 or above light, which basically means that you can't really leak. You also have to roll a 6, and specifically you have to roll a 6 while changing between floors. So you only really get 4 chances at an enlightenment throughout the entire run. And like 2 of those come very, very late in the game, like going to floor 4 and going to floor 5. So this is one of those things that if you don't get it on an early floor, you either have to go back for it or just abandon it, keep on going.
Wow. Well, I believe the board is changing for round 3 going into the quarterfinals. So we're probably not going to see this board again. But hey, I thought this was very creative. Big shout out to the mods and the tourney team for putting up this board. That was very cool. That was very cool. And I'm excited to see how much more difficult it can get as we move on to the next round.
Yes, we will be seeing one more match tonight, and that will be we will be streaming one match out of our top 8, I believe, right?
Yeah, so this one was actually not predetermined. To give you some background, how this tournament's stream schedule was decided was that we went ahead with some of the more notable members of our community. We actually did, in this latest round, Drails versus Everec, did try to predict out early on that both players will proceed from their top 32 brackets. So there we go. We did get their tournament out. And with Everec moving forward onto the final one, we will not be streaming his game, but we're going to be looking at the last, I believe, 8 contestants and seeing which game will be the most exciting to stream. So I'll get that very soon from Zafang.
But while we're waiting, I think this would be a really great time to remind the chat that if you've been watching for a significant amount of time, now is a great time to get up, to stretch, and if you need to take your medication, please take your medication.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm
I'm
always
standing up and
pleased
stretching
by how
myself.
often you do that for the community, because
You
no
should
one
stand
actually.
up and stretch too.
But no, I'm good.
No, I'm standing up and stretching.
Oh, this is also a good time to say a big shout out to Arknights EN for sponsoring this entire tournament and really helping us put this together. Very, very rare do we actually get a game company involved in community content. So big shout outs to Arknights for being the backbone of this entire experiment. It's been a pleasure to cast this so far with Zai. And I think that the fun parts, we're really just getting to it. I think we're going to see a lot more competitive play as we head into this later match.
Yes, I am really looking forward to seeing what our final matches will be like. Top 8, top 4, and then of course the grand final tomorrow. This has been really exciting to cast so far, and of course again, a huge shout out to Arknights EN for sponsoring us, and also to the members of Lungmen Dragons, as well as the moderation team that have been working tirelessly in the background to keep this running smoothly, and of course to Viper for being stuck here with a bird. Tweet tweet.
What do you mean?
What? You thought they just like picked up a random bird? No, I'm the bird that lives in your walls. Tweet tweet.
Okay. The thing is, chat, you guys do not know how many people are on the back end grinding out on this tournament. To make something like this happen, we have so many mods in each channel, making sure that all the scores are being captured correctly and making sure that things are being shared in the right way. So big shout out, as Zarathan has said, to the entire tournament moderation team. It could not have been done without you guys. So good stuff, guys. Good stuff. Hopefully the remaining matches are very, very good. We will not be covering prizes today. We'll be covering prizes tomorrow as we go into the grand finals. But there are very big prizes on the line, right? I think Arknights has actually sponsored quite a lot of prizes for our top 3 if you do make it there.
Oh yes, and of course, all 32 people who have competed in this bracket will also be getting at least some form of prize for making it this far in the competition. But of course, we've got some special stuff in mind for the top 3, but we'll save that for tomorrow.
We'll save that for tomorrow.
Oh yes.
Okay, so it looks like the final match for today for quarterfinals will be starting in roughly 5 or so minutes. We'll take a look at the finished bracket once it is up. But for now, we're just gonna chill. And I don't know. What are your thoughts on the last match?
Man, I don't even know where to start with that. It was definitely differently paced than our 2 top 32 matches, for sure. There was a lot less resetting, and the resets were more induced by misplay rather than intentionally trying to go back and claim tiles. So I wonder if we're going to start again seeing a shift away from that 4-1 meta towards more longer, well thought out and constructed teams and runs. But I think we're also going to start seeing some tiles just not get taken because of the sheer amount of difficulty or RNG that might be involved in it.
Yeah, I'm very curious how the bingo board shapes up. It did very much feel like this board for round 2 was a lot more, how to describe it, a lot more spaced out than the way that board 1's was kind of structured. It felt like in board 1, can kind of pinpoint a huge mob of challenges and do them all at once within the first like few minutes. But with this one in particular, it felt like there were only one or two freebies at the very beginning, if anything, no freebies, and then a lot of them were contingent on you making multiple decisions that can alter your entire run. So, for example, at the very beginning, we saw Drails try to go out and do his low star run. We tried to see him also do his no E2 run until floor 3. Both of those put a huge strain on your run as you try to get there, because that can actually prevent you from getting a lot of the other challenges completed that Everest is going for. So, very interesting, clear. We haven't... The thing is, I do kind of like seeing these different strategies come out. What I thought would happen if players have access to the entire roster is see kind of your traditional meta operators come out. So things like Thorns, Ling, repeatedly used, maybe Chalter. Even though the E2 thing is not in place, the squad thing is not like meta, I still thought that people would opt for those kind of powerful units over what I'm seeing, which is a lot more niche picks. Like, seeing Highmore being displayed last run, Glaucus, like, who uses those operators? Like
hey,
what?
I use Glaucus
Well, you use Glaucus?
Yeah, just take her out, stretch her legs, see the world, date with blue poison. You haven't read the Obrex, have you?
What?
They're fish that hold hands. Anyways.
Blue poison is a fish?
Yeah, she's an Aegir. What did you... She's like a tadpole. She's a frog. She's Aegir. It's technically a fish. Potato, potato.
Okay.
Viper,
Yeah.
in my humble opinion, perhaps you should do an operator lore reading stream.
Read lore? Read Arknights lore? Ain't no way.
Okay, fine. At least read the
Oh,
Obrex. They're kind of solid.
That's like the last thing people read, I thought. That's like, oh, I want to learn more about the lore, and then I go
Are
into
you
the
kidding?
Obrex.
It's the only thing I read.
Wait, you don't... Wait, what? Wait, are you serious?
Yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna like go on my soapbox here. I mean, unless you want me to, but I honestly hate Arknights' story UI.
Yeah, same.
Viper, you just click the skip button!
No, I read one Arknight story ever, and it was pretty good.
What was it?
It was the Guide Ahead.
Okay, yeah, Guiding Ahead was really good.
That was,
I didn't read it, though.
Really nice. That was really fun to read. But I can't really see myself reading another side story unless they come out with Mostima Alter. That's it. That's the one thing.
Oh my god, Viper.
We need a Mostima Alter. Otherwise,
Okay.
I've lost hope.
Okay, let me offer you this hypothetical. You get Mostima Alter, but in return, you must read 500,000 words of lore. Would you do
There's 500,000... Bro, there ain't no way. There ain't no way.
Oh, okay, so you wouldn't do anything for Mostima Alter. You wouldn't do anything for your waifu. You've been exposed live on television.
Actually, I'm pretty sure all that... I don't give a shit about Mostima, I'm sorry.
What? I thought she was like...
it's
I
all
thought
an
she was your
act.
fave.
Like, we put a
okay.
Mostima as the ending soon screen and stuff. No, it's just I want a favorite everyone in Arknights community, they always have a favorite operator, right? I thought I was kind of missing out. Like that's my operator, but no, I actually don't give it crap.
Wait, so you don't have a fave?
No. Unfortunately,
Oh.
Unless it's just Soderit.
Oh, and the giant red whale plushie in your background has nothing to do with that?
No, absolutely not. Well,
All right.
the waiting is over, and the bracket has been updated as we head into the quarterfinals for this lockout playoffs. And here are the results. Oh no, your British man Tobo, no!
Oh, Tobo. All right, yeah, he's banned from my channel now.
Oh no. Let's see, who else made it through?
It looks like Lurky also got fired, and Blue
Oh,
X also
no,
got fired.
Lurky!
I see. So
Everyone.
Viper, you wanna get that ban command out?
Oh no, dude, Blue X probably just lagged.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, if you lag against the Osu APM man, I think you just you don't stand a chance.
Oh, I also just just to point out, I believe Zafang's pocket pick Kestrel unfortunately did not make it past the first round. I actually didn't realize that until now. And instead, Chthonic making it all the way to top 8 in the quarterfinals.
But it looks like aside from Everec, who we recognize from our streaming communities, we have a lot of people who we really haven't seen on a competitive stage before, and I really like that. I really love that we get to showcase a lot of our communities' like ingenuity and involvement.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's always great to see familiar names, but this is a complete, just different showcase now. So aside from Everec, 7 other players that I'm not too familiar with. This Alex, I mean, we've seen Alex play already, but besides, yeah, haven't really seen any of the others plays. Way Hazel, I don't know which community they came from. Double, not sure which, where they came from. But this event has been publicized pretty hard, so really all of you guys probably came from all kind of backgrounds. Probably came from different communities as well, so always cool to see that. I wonder which match we're going to end up streaming today.
It looks like Zafang has indicated we are going to be watching Fersangu versus Chthonic.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so aside of the bracket that we haven't seen yet, wow, this is going to be very interesting. Both completely new players.
I also personally really want to see who comes out of that Alex versus Gian matchup.
Oh, yeah, wait, will we actually have to pronounce that name if they make it to semis? That would be crazy.
Okay, now I kind of want Gian to win just so you have to.
So, the thing is, for all the players out there that are still in this, for you guys, if you pass this round, you will be in the prize pool category. And that is very exciting. Imagine, you just have to win one more against this random person online and you will have access to a prize at the least. And I think that's good enough to motivate a lot of people. So, I'm excited, guys.
I must step in with a caveat. If you are in the top 32, you will be getting some form of prize, but if you're in the top 4, you'll be getting figure gun, merch. But hey, we'll save it for tomorrow.
Merch! Imagine.
Yeah, merch.
Official Arknights merch. That sounds great.
But let's take a really quick look at our scores. It looks like all the matches except for except for 2 went to 13, and those were Gian 12 to Super Blaze 10, and Way Hazel 11 to Tobo 8.
Oh no, Tobo. Okay, well, it does seem like the scores are deviating a little now. I'm really excited to see a very close score line. It always does seem like so far, if the game does kind of become a wipeout, it's because the blundering player made a very big mistake within the first 5 minutes, and we haven't yet seen a situation where a player has erupted in a comeback. So I wonder with this kind of format, like bingo style lockout, if a comeback is feasible. I would love to see that happen, but it does seem like it's not as possible as like a traditional tournament PvP style.
I would also love to see that, and I must remind you that in our 1B bracket, we did have a 13 to 12, which does imply either a tiebreaker, sudden death, or a comeback. So I do think it is possible, but given the nature of this, of the increasing difficulty, I think it's also going to be increasingly hard for that to happen again, especially given that we had some tiles in our top 16 bracket that just didn't get approached on stream. So I wouldn't be surprised if there start to be more and more unplayable tiles the higher we get in difficulty.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to see very soon. I did get the go that the match between I believe Chthonic and Fersangu is starting very soon, so we'll get their board up very shortly. I'm very excited to see the board. I think that it's gonna be a level up, and this will be the final board tonight as we head into semis tomorrow.
And hopefully we're going to see a very interesting competition here. Now, let's talk a little bit about the theme of this board, where floor 2 was about exploration. Well, Viper, what do you think floor 3 would be about?
Brute forcing. No, I'm kidding. I have no clue.
Viper.
What other theme is there? Isn't this all about exploration?
Perhaps, but this is IS3, where, you're diving into the ocean, and as we all know, deep in the ocean lurk dark and dangerous things, and that is the theme of floor number 3. Floor number 3 is going to be board number 3 is going to be themed around disaster. So, how are our players going to deal with these specific obstacles? And of course, we will be seeing what those obstacles are when this board gets populated. But personally, right now, I'm a little bit afraid of blank, and I'm really worried about blank as well.
I feel like when I hear it's going to be about disasters, there's going to be a lot of bosses on the stage, defeating bosses, defeating specific enemies. Is that the correct way to think about this?
Well, I cannot confirm or deny your suspicions, but if I were to hear the words disaster, I would be thinking things like have 3 operators in a stage that have a curse, or perhaps have 2 cursed relics in your inventory, which, by the way, I don't even know how you would do that because the cursed relic thing is just like really hard to run into, but like, okay.
Oh. That sounds ridiculously hard. Like, those are things that you have to set up way beforehand.
Well, this is the top 8, so,
True,
you know,
true.
gotta make our players live up to the name.
Remind us again, how many minutes do these players have for this specific round to clear the entire board?
I believe this should be 45.
45 minutes. Wow. Okay. So this is going to be a lot more chunky of a challenge in general. I don't know. If this board turns out to be like ridiculously hard, I wonder if like could you possibly see a board where they only complete like 4 or 5 challenges total?
Per player?
Per player, yeah.
Per player, I feel like maybe 6 or 7, but 4 to 5 just seems like generally low, in my opinion.
Okay, I guess we'll see very soon. I still have yet to see some of my favorite operators deployed in this entire challenge, you know? Like the classic Surtur. How come no one is using Surtur? That's just mind-boggling to me. Isn't she really good at E0 as well?
I think Surtur is actually not really going to shine here because, like, how do I put this? There's a lot more enemy variance, and the maps are also a bit... They're constructed differently. And what I mean by this is that the threats in the maps they're very diverse. For example, there's a stage with the red runners, and you can Surtur the red runners, yes, but that'll only get rid of 2 of them, and there's like a total of 5 or 6. There's also the stages with the crabs, and the crabs like hunkering up at a distance and attacking you from afar. And like, yes, you can Surtur them, but what if they stop outside of her range? Then they just have free damage on her for like 20 seconds while they're just, you know, chilling in the corner, throwing their shells at her. So I think Surtur actually gets outstripped by a lot of operators here, and that's why you haven't seen her yet.
I see. It almost makes me believe that Texas Alter is kind of like a better form of Surtur, where because of her redeployment time, she's kind of more of a permanent presence on the map than a Surtur, who is, you kind of have to wait like a minute or 2 to have her redeployed. So maybe that's why I only see people use Surtur way down the line when they're doing maybe like different endings and they need just an operator that can defeat the boss on like the 5th floor or something. So
yes, and even then, there's better picks, in my opinion, for the boss. Also, one more thing that Surtur doesn't have is anti-air capability. And what Texas Alter has in advantage over Surtur there is Texas Alter's skill 3 packs a quick redeploy stun, which can take out a lot of the high threat flying enemies on floors 4 and 5. And we haven't seen a lot of that yet, just because we haven't seen a lot of activity on floors 4 and 5. But as we move higher, I would not be surprised if we start to see some very intense Tex Alter skill 3 stun gameplay. And when that happens, hopefully I'll remember to point it out, because I bet you haven't run into a freaking manta ray before, have you, Viper?
No.
Okay,
I have no clue.
I'll try and remember to educate you about the manta rays. Oh, look, our board is populated.
The board is populated, and there are like 2 times the amount of words I've ever seen on a board before. So, yeah, this is not looking good. Wait, what? Wait, have 0 keys and 0 dice? Wait, isn't that can't you just claim that at the very beginning of the game?
Not if you've leveled your progression tree. If you've leveled your progression tree, I believe you start with 1 key and 3 dice. So you're gonna have to get rid of all of them somehow.
Wait, really? Oh my god, so I can go in there right now and claim that tile for myself? Holy.
Yes, but I mean, do you want to do an exhibition match against me with this board?
No, I'm good. Let's see. What else is there right now? Recruit a welfare operator from Side Story or Intermezzi or Vignette. I feel like that's something you can do super quickly. Can't you do that like off the bat? In a safe house.
But not all welfares from Side Story, Intermezzi, or Vignette are exactly strong ones, or ones that you would want to be bringing on like the first floor. Oh, and I'm actually getting word from our mods right now. Apparently, the initial recruits do not count for that, so they cannot do it.
Okay, I see. So it has to basically be after the first map.
Yes. Oh man. Now I see why the theme of this is disaster, because, this is pretty dangerous. Look at column 2, row 4. Lose 5 shields or all HP in a stage? That's basically just telling you to go, like, kill yourself. Now!
Wait, what the heck? Wait, 5 shields. Is that different from HP?
Yes. Do you remember how in IS2 there was like a certain amount of HP where like you could lose it every single stage and it would just like keep coming back because you had like X+1? Well, it's different in IS3. In IS3, base HP and shield HP are entirely different. Base HP has a cap, and like so you can have 10 base HP, and then you'll have 10 base HP, and then if you lose 5 of them, then you'll have 5 out of 10, but you can heal yourself back up to full, back to 10. But for shield HP, once it's like out, it's gone. Like if you lose 5 shield HP, you'll still have 10 out of 10 health, but you won't have any shield anymore. So that's the danger of it.
Wow. Okay. Well, I really wonder what both of these players are gonna do. It does seem like there are some tiles that can be just easily accomplished within the first floor. But some of these just have so many contingencies to it. This is crazy. Like, what is this?
Yeah.
Clear a stage with hovering enemies without landing any of them? What does that even mean?
Those are manta rays, Viper, and, well, the reason this is on this board is because manta rays are nasty little fuckers. And if we get to this, I will show you, or I will tell you, and you will see firsthand for yourself that no one loves manta rays.
Which floor does that appear on?
I believe they start showing up on floor 4, but they're more prevalent on floor 5, and they will ruin your day.
This is gonna be crazy. I can already tell that. Man, this is very difficult. The standard Arknights player will not know how to start this. So I would love to see both of these contestants fight to the death. Chthonic versus Fersangu. We're gonna be heading to their match very shortly. 1 minute countdown. This is the quarterfinals.
I honestly do not think that we are going to see a floor 1 rapid sweep coming out of this board set. This board is absolutely freaking nasty.
Oh my god. Let's see both players starting out right now. Wait, Fersangu choosing a penance?
Fersangu took an instant deploy squad, an instant E2 squad. So there is a chance that no, Penance did not get the instant E2. So unfortunately Fersangu will not be getting an instant E2 Penance, but Fersangu does have discounted hope recruitments for 2 of the 8 classes, but I did not see which. So unfortunately I cannot confirm which ones those are. But just going based off of this, it looks like... Oh, okay. So... No, I don't understand why Fersangu might be trying to lose light 3 nodes in a row. Now, I mentioned that you lose light by leaking. And so if Fersangu leaks once for 3 stages in a row, that'll...
That is very smart, yeah.
I actually... Hold on. I'm actually unclear on this, and the mods might have to clarify, or, like, we'll just have to figure it out, like, by watching. But when they say nodes, I wonder if they mean... like step, like, so if you have battle encounter but you don't lose light in the encounter, it doesn't count.
Yeah, I have no idea, but we're gonna have to get Zafang's word on that if we want to learn about that.
Yes.
My question is, I see there's one tile that says activate 8 different skills in one map.
Yes.
Does using Texas Alter as a fast redeploy count as a skill?
I believe you have to like go into the operators, like, you know, on deploy page and click activate. At least that's what I'm aware the ruling was the last I checked. Oh look, Fersangu does have 3 combats in a row, so they are set to lose light 3 nodes in a row. How lucky for them.
Oh my god, wait! They got so lucky right there! Holy!
Yes, that is a free lose light 3 nodes in a row if, huge emphasis on if, they can seal the deal. But I mean, like, hey, you know, if they die here, that technically does count as lose all HP in a stage. Bum.
Oh, but wow, this is the first time I've seen a Chalter in play! What an amazing operator! Holy! Wait, is Chalter even good at E0?
I don't know. You should ask Iron Cobra.
Oh, you don't know any of these brute force operators?
Her skill 1 isn't anything to sneeze at. It does come up pretty quickly, given that it is an auto attack, and of course, she has true AOE and does increased damage to enemies that are in the 3 tiles directly in front of her, which this map does play into very strongly. So I think for this tile specifically, for this map specifically, Chalter has a very strong tile, but moving on into the other maps, I'm not 100% sure how well that will like play out for Fersangu.
Yeah, I think I've only seen Chalter like skill 1 and 2, like maybe like once or twice while playing IS, mostly before the E2. But in this case, it just very much seems to me that Chalter's skill 2 is very similar to skill 3, just a different attack pattern. I just wasn't sure what's going on there.
Oh, yes. I mean, if you were paying attention to the controversy when she first came out, but some of the reason for that was because people thought that Chalter S2 was just a weaker skill 3, or like that S3 was just a better skill 2 and there was no creativity involved. I'm not going to rehash that here, but yes, that is a pretty common assessment of her skill 2 and 3.
Wow, I feel like this is the longest time since the match has started that we haven't seen anyone claim a tile yet. It seems like a lot of these are contingent on the later maps. Fersangu right here deciding, I believe this is the final one, to leak an enemy 3 maps in a row.
That is correct. Yes, and for each time you leak an enemy on a map, you lose light, and I believe... okay, someone might have to double check me on this because I'm going to be real. When I was playing Surging 15, when I was losing light, I just didn't pay attention because I knew I was going to lose light anyway. But I believe that if you have less than half of your total HP, so for example, if you have 8 HP, having 3 or less, I believe, means that you actually just lose light from the very nature of taking combat. So again, I would like a fact check on that, but yeah, this is putting Fersangu in a pretty precarious position, but it will put him on the board.
Interesting. Yeah, we'll see if he goes and claims that node after the match, or after the stage is over. Chthonic right here. He is moving on. He grabs a key. Oh, no, he doesn't. He does it. Instead of doing a key, he rolls? What was that?
Oh, wait. Is Chthonic going to... Was that an emergency stage? Because if Chthonic leaves this relic behind, that technically does fulfill one of the requirements. And Fersangu, now having lost light 3 nodes in a row, major but, these players do have to declare. And so, will anyone declare?
Doesn't look like we're having an immediate declare right here, so I'm not sure what's going on.
Oh, it looks like Fersangu waggled back over those 3 combats, and yes, that is a declare.
Oh, wow. There we go. Does this mean that he has a very high chance of getting cursed as he moves on to the next floor?
Yes, because he is now at 80 light, which means I believe that his light has dropped enough that he may possibly get cursed. Who knows? But Chthonic, while Fersangu was leaking, has picked up skip an emergency and recruit a welfare. And oh, hello, Tequila. How are you doing today?
No, Tequila's a welfare operator? What the
yes,
heck?
from Dawsonless Holiday.
Oh, right. Ah, I see. Very good. He takes the lead 2-1 right now. But I feel like both of these players, I don't know, it doesn't seem like a lot can be done in the early game. This may be a very slow grind into floors 3 and 4. Some of these challenges, very, very difficult. Like, for example, reaching 99 DP without a Vanguard on your squad. Like, How do you do that?
Barely that hard. That just means that you have to get a map that's long enough for you to get 99 DP. In fact, I think Chthonic might be on their way to get it now.
Oh, you think this is going to be the map for
if
that?
they could stop deploying Texas Ultra for more than 5 seconds.
That is true. Wow. Some of these other ones, enter a shop with 5 or less ingots. I feel like that one's a lot more contingent on the later maps for sure. Losing a gamble. What's a gamble?
I am not sure, because I'm not 100% sure how the mods are defining a gamble, but personally I would interpret it as a downtime recreation, and I must interrupt here to say that Chthonic, thanks to getting the Crying Thief on this map, has now achieved 99 DP without a Vanguard, but will they declare? Will they declare?
Oh. Will they declare it?
Oh no, and yes,
okay, there we go.
Very smart. Using the Texas Ultra, using the quick redeploy tactical equipment to get their Texas Ultra back into the hand and back on the field within 3 seconds. Expertly done. Just some very astute niche gameplay that I just wanted to highlight there.
Yeah, absolutely. Chthonic taking that extra tile. 3-1 lead right now. This is looking pretty good for Fersangu, clearing that map for himself. Still yet to acclaim another tile.
Well, given how highly specific a lot of these quests are, like these tiles are, I'm not surprised that we're not seeing a lot of progress. It's just that they're so specific that, like, what are you going to do?
Yeah, they're very specific. Some of these, like, I feel like you kind of have to tackle one by one.
Huh. Interesting. I wonder if Fersangu might be picking up clear floor with 2 or less battles. I don't know.
I'm not sure. That was fast.
Fersangu visited a safe house and picked Hope, and that's a tile. Now, I'm not 100% sure if that floor 2 had 2 or less battles, but we'll see. Actually, that's a little bit of a speedrun heritage right there, because the ideal speedrun setup was 1-1-2-1-2. So,
yeah, I'm looking at both. For you. Looking at both of these players right now, and I don't think either of them are set up to do the middle tile, which is clear floor 3 boss without a 6-star in your squad.
Dear.
They're gonna have some trouble with that.
Oh, okay. I thought Fersangu for a moment was going to do clear a stage with only melee operators, but has instead opted to bring the full squad, and I don't freaking blame them because it's freaking Vortex.
Is this a what the bro? Look at those fish.
What, Viper? Haven't you seen sushi go around conveyor bar before?
Oh my god.
Hey, it looks like lunch. Please do not actually eat Seaborn. They're bad for your health.
Promote 2 medics. Get encounter a specific relic. Wow, these are very specific. I don't even know what we can focus on at this point.
Clear a stage by deploying only in the range of an altar? If I'm correct, that's only available on floor 2. Or... Wander into Wonderland.
Chthonic goes ahead and grabs another tile for himself, clearing a floor with 2 or less battles. So you were right. That's exactly what he was going for.
All right. Well, it looks like that worked out for Chthonic, and Chthonic for the first time in this matchup taking the lead.
Well, at this point in time, we'll just have to see how they go. I believe, like you said earlier, floors 1 and 2 not as challenging as they set up for the later challenges, but floor 3 is where we're going to see a very big power spike in the enemies and the difficulty of the stages. So my question at this point in time is, how much longer should these players go before resetting? I think for this specific board, though, it almost seems like it might be worth to go to floor 5. Like, for example, bottom right corner of the bingo board, reach floor 5 with at least 1 operator of each class. I feel like that's something you can definitely do with this kind of run, where you have so much time to build your squad.
Yes, I agree. And also, like, just because of the nature of some of these challenges, like, by necessity, you're going to have to go all the way up. Like, excuse me, like, clear a stage with only E2 operators? Like, yeah, sure, yeah, you can totally do that on floor 2. What are you talking about? No, you can't.
Wow, I guess we shall see. At this point in time, Chthonic squad update, they decided to pick up a Golden Glow, which is dealing a ton of damage. This is the first time I'm seeing Golden Glow, but I loved using Golden Glow in IS2. I feel like she was such a great operator, just pick up on the scraps that you just happen to miss. Also picking up a Horn What do you think about those picks?
I think these are very solid picks because IS3 is a battle of range and Golden Glow with her global range and res ignore, as well as Horn, her ability to just shoot across a map. Both of those are very respectable, especially in this map, the Nest, which has the crabs that like to hang in the back and menace you from afar. I think having Horn and Golden Glow to specifically counter that threat is very solid. And of course, as we move into the higher floors, Horn and Golden Glow can stay safely in the back, away from the enemies in the front lines, and help assist with that damage. So Chthonic setting up a quite respectable squad with terms of like damage outgoing and incoming.
Wow, yeah, absolutely. That Thorn and that Golden Glow absolutely destroying the stage. Just that duo was just so strong. Right here on the other side, Fersangu facing this completely different stage, going with a Cruise and a Chalter pick. Wow, I mean, this very, very different squads, I'd say. Very different play styles, but definitely very reliant on 6 stars to carry the map.
I'm trying to like look between what these players are doing and things on the board, and I'm just not seeing things that can be ticked off.
Yeah, I guess not. I feel like one thing that both players will be looking for.
Oh, wait, look! Fersangu might be trying to have 3 operators die to the same enemy. That red thrower.
Oh, wait, you're right! He's just letting him kill. I was like, wait, why is he not placing something down to get rid of him?
Well, the red thrower will die on its own just because of the nature of its bleed. But more importantly, Fersangu getting some mileage out of that poor guy before he bites the dust.
Oh, wow, that was very smart. That almost completely evaded us. But very impressive.
But will he declare?
He will declare.
And there we go.
He was going for that. He knew. That's good. Very nice. Fersangu ties it, or not ties it up. He's now down 3-4, but still bringing it to a very close match. Chthonic on the top lane against Big Bob now.
And we've got an E2 medic out of Fersangu.
Oh, he's going for a medic. Oh, he's going for that promote 2 medics play, doesn't he?
And unlock a locked node coming out of Fersangu as well.
Wait, what?
So if he remembers to declare, that is unlock Fersangu. Like, you see how his like trajectory went down instead of right. That's an unlock.
Oh.
Wait, more importantly, I can't see because Fersangu's name is in the way, but does Fersangu have 0 dice and 0 keys?
Yeah, he got
and more
that tile.
Did he just lose a gamble? I think he just lost a gamble.
Oh no, he's getting everything now?
Yes, he did just lose a gamble, but I can't tell if he has 0 dice, or sorry, not 0 dice and 0 keys. What was the other one? Unlock a locked node. I can't tell if he has that. I don't think he declared.
Yeah, I don't think he did. And even if he did, maybe there was some contingency there that we didn't see. But he pulls ahead with that 5-4 now.
Well, it's too late now, and that's very unfortunate because with a board as difficult as this, every declaration is going to matter.
That is true. Chthonic up there taking that task for himself. I'm not sure what he picked. One thing that we have to keep in mind at this point is that there is a few challenges based off how many operators you have. So for example, activate 8 different skills on one map. We see a Chthonic with that entire squad of like 8 to 9 operators. 8 operators. He has the ability to do that at one point. Oh, he's also decided to leak. What's he doing?
No, I think Chthonic is attempting to lose 5 shields in one stage. But more importantly, it looks like Chthonic is not going for that center tile because there are 6 stars in that squad.
Oh my god, you're right.
So it looks like both players, I honestly think this is the smarter move to not go for that center tile, just because why would you risk losing on floor 3 when there are so many things that can only be done on floors 4 and 5 that you're going to need a full squad for. So I think that center tile is actually a trap, and I think these players are wisely, or well, at least Chthonic is wisely trying to avoid that, but it'll be determined if Fersangu decides to go for it, in spite of having, again, multiple 6 stars in that squad as well.
Yeah, that's a very good point. It almost makes me believe that both players will try to get as far as they can with this stage, with this run, and try to get as many tiles as possible, maybe like leaving only 2 to 3 for the secondary run up to floor 3. That might bring them to the victory. Because at this point, that tile will definitely be a very important tile for the late game.
Yes, but then they do have to remember to leave time for themselves to go back and reclaim those floor 3 nodes, because it will take about 15 to 20 minutes just to get back to the floor 3 boss stage, and so it's all really going to... Oh, look, I think Chthonic has activated 8 different skills in one map.
Oh my god, did he do that already?
I don't know, but that was a lot of operators.
We'll see if he claims it.
I actually don't know. I'm not sure if Cruise and Tense Alter count as activating skills, but that was a lot of operators. That's got to be something, right?
Yeah, that was a lot, and I think despite him not getting it, if he does not claim it, it does not matter, because eventually he probably will, because Fersangu doesn't have that many operators on the board.
And there we go. Chthonic just got lose 5 HP, lose 5 shields, and now both of them have 1 E2 medic under their belt apiece.
Oh, that's going to be tight. See who is going to be the one to promote 2 medics first.
And am I correct in saying that they're tied?
They are
Oh,
tied.
look, a shop! A shop!
With the shop, is he going to buy?
Is he... You need... What is that?
That's a lot. He's going to need a lot for this. Oh,
You-
wait, I think he can do it. If the max stacks up,
Buy 4 items in the same shop.
or is
Alright,
it...
that's 1. That's 2.
I think he can do it. Yes, he's going to have
That's
just
3.
enough.
That's 4!
He gets that tile, Chthonic. I think that brings him to the
Will he
victory.
declare?
Yeah, it depends. I'm sure. Yeah,
Yes,
there
there
he
it
goes.
is. There it is. Yes, you had to be very consciously aware of what you were doing there. And I'm not sure if you noticed, but Chthonic, if he can make it past this stage, has a node available to unlock. So if Chthonic has a key remaining, it is possible that he can go up and unlock that node and also claim another tile.
Oh man, this actually sets him up perfectly. Just in case he actually encounters another shop, he can also pick up the challenge, enter a shop with 5 or less ingots, given how much he just lost to that purchase. So he is set up to earn a few more, just in case he does run into that good luck. Fersangu, on the other hand, what do you think he's going to be going for at this point? At this stage, I can't really tell. Is that a boss?
Oh, look, it's clear a stage with only melee operators.
Oh
And
my
yes,
God,
that is the
yeah.
boss.
Oh my god, can he actually do this?
Well, he's got Wiener, so yeah, I totally believe it.
Oh my god. Okay, we'll have to see what happens then.
Well, I'm going to redirect your attention to the top level, or to the top screen in Chthonic. And this is why I was praising that Horn and Golden Glow pick. This stage is Hunting Grounds. You may notice that it is similar to the stage, to the floor 2 stage, the Nest. And of course, both of these stages very nasty because of the crabs on floor 2 and the brood throwers on floor 4, as well as a very strong contingent of crabs. But because Chthonic has Horn and Golden Glow, these operators that can attack from far range, those threats are very much mitigated. So again,Chthonic's team building very strong here.
Wow, you're right. That is very impressive. We're not able to see how difficult the stage probably is, given how fast he's just destroying it.
And on the bottom screen, Fersangu successfully clearing the stage with only melee operators. Thank you, Horse Uncle.
Okay, that should tie them up again at 7 each, right? No, that actually
Possibly.
brings up Fersangu to 8.
Well, remember, Chthonic is also going for something, right?
True,
Or
he's going
what
for
were
the
they?
unlocked node as well as
Possibly. Yes, he
possibly.
does have a key in his inventory, but will he do it? Oh, it's an emergency. Well, I mean, technically, you only have to unlock it. They never said you had to win,
That's true.
right?
I think he
never
just
said
went for it.
win.
He did it.
Yes, that will be the unlock. But will he actually try and win?
Oh man, this is going to be very, very close. Both players sneaking up a little, one tile at a time. 8-8 right now.
Ooh, this is getting spicy.
Yeah, and some of these are very dependent
look,
on luck.
an encounter-specific relic! An encounter-specific relic! For Fersangu.
Oh my god, wait, yeah, so
Yes.
that should be a free tile.
If Fersangu
That
knows
was
to
good
declare.
RNG.
If Fersangu knows to declare.
True, true, true.
And it looks like from that pause, I think they might be.
Is he aware? Does
Oh,
he?
Fersangu, yes! There we go, there we go.
There we go. Wow, these players they have good foresight. As more of these tiles do get taken out, now we can actually focus on the remainder. There's not that many left now, especially given that both players are pretty far into the run. There's only so much they can do.
And it looks like we're tied 8-8 again, aren't we?
Yes, we are tied. Oh my god. Yeah, this is going to be
Oh,
very
man.
close.
This is so dicey. Both of them each have one E2 medic apiece, and it does look like Fersangu has Tolopsis in the squad, so Fersangu is in position to take that tile if Fersangu can find a medic voucher, but that is all going to be down to RNG. Losing initial relic on the wish fulfilled node, this is going to be one of their last chances to get that as well, as you will be getting a wish fulfilled guaranteed at the end of floor 4, but whether they can fail out of it with a very bad roll is entirely up to chance.
So it seems like time still is very important. Both of them do have to speed run to the very end of floor 4 then.
Yes, and it looks like Fersangu might be in some trouble here if these birdmen don't die.
Oh
And
my
yes,
god,
very
he
lucky
barely
Texel for
scuffed that.
RNG. Now, what I want to draw your attention to is the tile clear a stage by deploying only in the range of an altar. Now, if I'm correct, there's an Originium altar on floor 2, but I don't seem to recall there being any other altars on floors 4 or 5. Now, there is one exception, and that would be if you went into Wonder into Wonderland, which is a unlockable node, and you would have to get specifically the Frost Nova boss, and then you would have to deploy all your operators in the range of the ice altars, and then you would have to win, which is so asinine and overcomplicated that I think it's better to just restart if you want that tile.
Well, what? I didn't even know what you just said.
Bunga bunga.
Wait, what? I thought that was clear stage by deploying in the range of like a altar operator. Like, for example, Chalter's range, bro. Like, what?
Lifer, it's altar, not alter. It's altar.
Wait, what? I thought that was a typo.
Oh, look! Chthonic might be trying to one tile relay this.
Wait, is that a...
There is stage with one tile only, and it looks like Horde is just
that's actually
having a
challenge?
sleepover in the top corner.
Wait, that's gonna be pretty cool if he can. He has 14 HP to leak just in case.
Yes,
this is looking very good.
But Chthonic is going to have to play this very, very carefully because those enemies coming from the bottom side are not going to be damaged once they get out of Horn's AoE range. So it's going to be a little bit of RNG on those heat pumps, as well as, oh yes, very good combination of RNG and AoE there. But yes, it is going to come down to whether Chthonic can get those heat pumps, that heat pump RNG, as well as where the AoEs land coming from Horn.
Wow, this does seem like a very scary run, but the numbers are going down. He has enough to survive this entire stage just in case he needs to. So it looks like Chtonic's probably just going to take that tile.
Yes, indeed.
Oh my god, wait, this is going to be very close. Right now, Fersangu, 8 points against Chtonic's 8 points. Will surely be 9 very soon. Wow, this is going to be down to the wire.
It looks like one of them might be able to pick up Collect a Thorns or Mimic Chest without leaking the stage. If they do encounter them in the later, in the later floors, just because of how strong the teams that they've built are. But again, it's just going to be RNG whether they do get a Thorns or Mimic Chest, because there are 3 types of chest, and it's not a guarantee that a chest will spawn or what type it is.
So revisiting what you mentioned at the very beginning with the Flying Mantis, is that what you're talking about? What stage will both of them eventually face them?
There's multiple stages where you can get a Manta Ray, but we haven't seen one yet. More importantly, Chthonic is starting to go into... What is this?
Did he just get the ingots instead? It looked like he just got ingots.
I don't know what happened there, but here is the die roll, and no, Chthonic will not be picking up Lose the Initial Wish Relic. So, oh, look at that! Fersangu just E2'd the second medic!
Oh!
But
he did get lucky. He got there early before Chthonic. Chthonic losing that wish?
And Fersangu also not getting the Lose the Initial Relic on a wish node, so neither of them have that. And it... No way.
Wait, is he not going to declare? No way.
Oh, thank God. Yes, look. There we go. He is just, he just wanted to see, I think he was just like waiting to see if he got the relic fail, just like, pick up both at the same time, save on paperwork, save on postage. Ooh, thank God.
I see. Oh, wow. Wait, look. Chthonic, Fersangu. Wait, sorry. Chthonic picking up, reaching floor 5 with at least 1 operator of each class first, and reaching, Fersangu picking up the promote 2 medics. Does that tie them up once again?
Oh, but that's an emergency Reaper stage, and Chthonic here resetting. I do not blame him. I believe that is actually the smart move to do there.
Oh, wow. He does go back to the beginning.
Oh,
Fersangu's still
Viper,
going.
look at Fersangu's map. You're going to see some manta rays now.
Oh, no. Is this the one? I'm excited to
Yes.
see what this enemy... I've never seen it before.
All right, I will let you know when they're out, but I would just like to point out right now on Fersangu's screen that Wiener is not taking any damage, and that's because the popcorn balls they can only attack you if you're blocking them, and therefore, by having Wiener with the taunt to soak up those popcorn balls, that way the popcorn balls will not be damaging him. That is actually a very smart play there. So kudos to Fersangu for getting that set up. But Viper, watch the bottommost red box, and you will see some manta rays. Leave it and go to the right and start flying slowly, and then you will see the manta rays start throwing balls, and then you will understand the pain that is the manta ray.
So clearly, Fersangu went to this map knowing that he has to clear this challenge for the tile. But how will he actually...
Look, there it is.
Whoa, those things are tiny as hell. What is that?
Yes, that's the manta ray on the bottom.
So he has to kill them without them landing, right?
Yes.
How's he gonna do it?
Well, that's what he's got Wiener for. Now, I will say that, do you see that little ball under the manta ray?
Yeah, that's his kid, right?
All right. Yes. No, that's a different one. But watch the manta ray now as it comes out. It's going to start throwing the balls at Wiener, right?
Bro,
so,
how is Wiener alive? Holy!
well, he's a tanky horse. But yes, under normal circumstances, those freaking hurt a lot. And so some of the meta in IS3 is that you want to get those manta rays on the ground as quickly as possible, which you can do by stunning, sleeping, or freezing, which is why Tech's Alter S3 is widely regarded as a very strong pick for IS3, just because she can knock manta rays out of the air en masse.
Oh my god, wait, dude, this setup is unstoppable. With how much DPS is rolling out, those manta rays are never going to land. What the heck? Wow.
And there is that tile if Fersangu has the presence of mind to declare, which I'm pretty sure they will.
He will definitely redeem that. Is there any... Oh! He's going for the reset.
And Fersangu will reset.
Oh my god, this is a fight for the last 5 tiles now. Whoever can get 3 more will win this.
Let's see. Now, let's look at what they have left. Clear a stage by deploying only in range of an altar means that they need to run into the map known as Malady on floor 2, and it is only available on floor 2. I don't know if it's available on floor 3, but definitely a floor 2 map. Lose the initial relic on a wish fulfilled node. That one is just pure RNG, and you'll be running up to the end of stage 2 for that, so they may or may not just continue running up to stage 2 and resetting for that. The chest thing also... Oh, look! Chthonic has Malady! That's the one! That's the one!
Oh, this is the map?
And Chthonic has the chance to collect... Wait, is that... No, that's the wrong chest. Never mind. Never mind. No, I thought that Chthonic might have the ability to get a chest here, but I was incorrect, so... Unfortunately not.
That's not a Thorns or a Mimic chest?
No, that is just a regular chest.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Wow, I guess we'll have to see what happens. It's gonna be a slow grind through the first floor. But there's really not much left at this point. I feel like some of these are really hard to get. Like, for example, how do you enter a shop with less than 5 ingots without having spent all those ingots, right?
Well...
Are there any other ways to spend ingots?
Well, there are certain encounters, and there are also certain events. However, what I will say is that since both of these players have just restarted, I believe that it's going to be difficult, because unless they can find an encounter that will get rid of their ingots, such as the pay 5 ingots for 3 hope event, that will not work for them. But you can avoid gaining more ingots by just not taking ingots after you beat combats. So if the players have the presence of mind to just not pick up the ingots that they get from combats, they will do, like, that is one way that they can do that.
Oh my, wait, did you just see what happened with that? Chthonic decided to leak all those enemies even though he had Texas Altar? What was the point of that?
Probably... I don't know, actually.
Wait, he just got a tile! He got deploying, deploying only the range?
The altar tile.
Oh, so they deployed in the range of Texas Altar?
No, the Originium altar, that little red thing that was spitting out clouds every 15 seconds or something like that.
Oh, what? The same.
The field hazard.
I see. Well.
I wonder if Chthonic was leaking to try and lower his light in order to maybe lose the initial relic on a wish fulfilled node. I don't know if that's actually how it works, but, like, you know, copium, anything goes at this point.
Wow. Okay, well, Chthonic takes the lead with 1 extra point, only 2 more remaining. One thing that I actually am a little surprised about at this point is that neither of them seem to be going for that middle tile. Clear floor 3 without a 6-star in your squad. Both of them having 6 stars, and Chthonic actually grabbing a golden glow as well. So, what's gonna happen
think
there?
that is going to be one of the last tiles that gets fought over, just because of like I mentioned, some of these tiles I think are going to be traps that end up fucking over your run in the pursuit of them. And personally, I think that is one of those tiles where it's just like, you might be wiser if you avoid it rather than try and go for it.
Wow. Okay. Well.
What is our score at? Chthonic has 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and
Yep.
Fersangu has 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, this is going to be a close one.
It's gonna be
How
very
are we on
close.
time?
On time, it seems like we still have about 13 minutes remaining at this point, which is
Ooh,
enough
it's
time to
anyone's
get through
game.
that. Yeah, I think that's anyone's game. They have some time
Oh,
before sudden
look!
death.
Fersangu was in prime position to enter a shop with less than
Oh my
5
god,
ingots.
you're right! How did he lose
And
those
that's-
ingots?
I don't know, but we're at 11 apiece.
Oh my, wait. Oh my god, it really comes down!
No.
Who is gonna get the middle one? I actually don't think either of them are ready.
This is starting to look very dangerous. Chthonic does not have a mimic chest to get that relic. It's literally going to be a floor 2 reroll. We might be, for the next 10 minutes, we might just see these players constantly reroll floor 2.
Or they lose an initial relic on the wish?
Yes.
Oh my. Wait,
We
but
might just
why?
be seeing a reroll tournament.
Dude, none
Oh
of the players
my.
want to get that free tile in the center?
I mean, I don't know. They're both pretty nasty. Like, I think we're going to see at least one more restart if we have enough time. Mostly just to get the floor 3 boss. Like, let's think about it this way. I think it's wiser for each player to run to the end of floor 2, to get their roll, and then they can reset. And the reason I say this is because they both have committed to 6 stars in their party, so it would just be easier to, like, see if you get your fail and then reset, and then you can build a team specifically made for that middle tile.
Oh my god, yeah, that's
If
a
that makes
very stressful thing. It basically sounds like it's on RNG at this point.
It is. I mean, it
Oh,
is.
no.
Unless one of them wants to back out now and start building towards that middle tile, which, as you mentioned, if we have 15 minutes or less, I don't know if it's possible to make it there in time. And for Fersangu getting a lucky encounter, and now Fersangu gets to roll for the initial relic. Lose the initial relic, and let's
Here
see
we
if we get a
go.
reset after this. He's going for Wrath of Syracusa. Yes!
It's a
yes!
one!
Yes! It's the one!
Oh my god!
For those
He
of
got
you,
so lucky!
For those of you who are unaware of why, like, Wrath of Syracusa might be more inclined to produce a 1, I believe the higher the, like, relic rarity that you go for is, the harder the roll is. And honestly, I think I've only gotten to keep Wrath of Syracusa, like, once in how many million rolls? So, yes, a very, very, lucky, relic selection, but also a very wise choice from Fersangu to go for that Wrath of Syracusa and have the faith that it will just, like, flip him off and be like, you're not getting me.
Oh my god, 10 minutes remaining. Fersangu takes the lead right now with a 12-11 lead. This is not looking too good.
Resetting. Fersangu,
Oh.
is Chthonic going to follow suit?
Oh my
I think
god.
Fersangu and Chthonic are now going to be sprinting to floor 3.
Do you think they're gonna go for
Wait,
the...
No. What? Fersangu?
So,
Fersangu taking Tex Alter again. Oh, Fersangu might be going for the Mimic chest.
so what exactly do you do to get that happen?
The Mimic chest?
Yeah, like, do you just have to get lucky to land on a stage with that?
Yes, you need to get a stage, and then you need to have the stage spawn a chest, and then the chest needs to be either a Thorns chest, which is like semi-rare, or a Tentacle chest, which is like super rare, and plain chests are the most common chest spawns, obviously.
Oh no. I think Chthonic reset. He realized it's not possible.
Yes, because, okay, let me put it this way. If I were Chthonic right now, I would be trying to build towards that middle tile, because if either of them run into a Thorns or Mimic chest, like if Fersangu runs into the Thorns and Mimic chest first, like that's just it. It's over. But if Chthonic can get either of these tiles first, then it's going to come down to sudden death, and they're going to have to fight it out for that last tile. So if I were Chthonic, I would be building towards trying to make it to floor 3 to fight the boss without a 6-star in my squad, and just like hoping that Fersangu doesn't get that chest.
Yeah, I absolutely agree right now. It's not really clear if Fersangu is going for that middle tile because he does have the Texas Altar probably just to build the foundation for the team right now, but it's very unclear because if Fersangu in this run does not get that Thor's Mimic chest and Chthonic does, he's going to be behind as Chthonic is prepared and ready for that 5-star clear.
Well, oh no, Fersangu's taking a Gnosis. No, I think Fersangu is... If you ask me, I think Fersangu is severely misplaying here. I think Fersangu is like hyper-focusing on getting a Thorns or Mimic chest, but if that doesn't shake out... Yes, that is a regular chest. That is a regular chest.
Oh no, he's restarting!
No, Fersangu is committed. Fersangu is 100% going for that Thorns or Mimic chest, and perhaps now Fersangu will start building towards a no 6-star squad, but if wait, what it looks like Texas Ultra again.
You're right. I think you're right. He's trying to roll.
Is just re-roll. Yes, and I think if things don't work out for Fersangu, if Chthonic can somehow get that middle tile before Fersangu gets a lucky roll, then we're going to see a very intense fight.
Oh my god, only about 6 to 7 minutes remaining. The big question is, can Chthonic actually clear floor 3?
Thorns chest!
Oh my god, you're right! He just has to beat this Thorns chest and not leak!
That's a little easier said than done. Well, I mean, it's only floor 1, though. Yes, there's that Thorns chest down.
Okay, now time's ticking. Chthonic's fate is already sealed. Fersangu only has to clear this stage to win the match.
Leaking. And as far as stages go, Cistern is probably literally the easiest floor 1 stage, given that it's literally just a bunch of slugs. So I think Fersangu is in very good shape here.
Oh man, only about 7 enemies remaining after this. This is not looking too good for Chthonic. Fersangu in this quarterfinals pulls up, and this looks like it's going to be on the scuff clear.
And that last enemy is going to be a slug. And Cruz, there's no way she can't kill that slug. And Fersangu pulling it back with the sheer RNG rolls. Now that was a match.
Oh my god, Zai, that was crazy. Neck and neck were both participants up until the final minute. Fersangu, it wasn't looking that good. Chthonic, it seemed like Chthonic was just 1 tile ahead for most of the match, but Fersangu, because of careful calculation and of course some RNG, they take it.
Yes, very well played by Fersangu. I think that decision to re-roll for the Thorns or Mimic chest was very risky, but it looks like it obviously paid out. And of course, game knowledge being rewarded as well, especially by Fersangu choosing to roll for Wrath of the Syracusans, knowing that getting that to not be a 1 would be a very long shot, and so that game knowledge being rewarded by letting him take that tile. So again, very well done to both players, but especially Fersangu with the knowledge of the game and also the sheer balls to keep on rolling RNG. And of course, most interestingly, I think this is the first time we've gone a match without that center tile being taken.
Yeah, absolutely. It was super interesting to see the decision making at the very end, as there was only about 2 or 3 tiles left. I thought it was great that even though we were kind of questioning what Fersangu was doing, the fact that he was committed to he or she was committed to re-rolling the entire IS3 for that Thorns or that Mimic chest, that was very impressive, and the fact that he was rewarded with it made him win.
Yes, like I mentioned before, I said earlier that I think that a player lacking confidence is the #1 thing that is going to make a player lose focus and lose tiles in this tournament. And for Fersangu, of course, not wavering 1 bit, taking it all the way to the end. So that sort of resolution, I think, is something that we're going to see in a lot of the players coming out in the next 3 matches.
Yeah. This is actually set up the stage for a very competitive semifinals and grand finals. We're gonna see the bracket live in a few minutes, I believe. This match did take a little longer and almost went to a sudden death, so we'll see as we get the final bracket, and we'll show that before we end the stream before tomorrow's semifinals. But so far, I was very impressed. I didn't know either of these players, Chthonic or Fersangu, coming into this, but slowly they did show that they are very skilled. They knew what they were doing, and honestly, Zai, part of me has thought about it, and it's like, wait, these guys, they've been grinding IS3 endlessly for the qualifying phase. They probably know a lot of the ins and outs of it, right? So just because the format is not the same, it's not a speed run, they still have done IS3 so many times at this point that they have that kind of pocket knowledge to do well in this kind of format.
Yes, and I will say that was one of the advantages of just making the speedrun qualifier a thing. It does bestow upon the players who grinded for those times the knowledge that they will need in order to play the bingo maps, because I think you do need a certain degree of understanding of IS3, its mechanics, and what it does and does not have in order to play the bingo maps most efficiently. And so we get to see all their preparation pay off here and how they tackle the tiles and the challenges. But what I really wanted to mention is that I think it's interesting. Across all 3 rounds so far, we've seen a different style of play each time. On the first one, we saw a lot of floor 1 reset gaming. On the second, we saw a straight run all the way to the end, and only really a reset once it was determined that the run that went to floor 4 didn't have anything else that could be extracted. But here, we saw runs that went very far, and then constant resetting just to pick up some oddball tiles. So I think we're starting to see like a blend of those styles, and it'll be really interesting to see if that tradition or like that trend keeps up as we move on into our semis and then grand finals.
Absolutely. I'm really liking how the kind of matches are shaping up right now, given that blend. I think the bingo board itself is actually lending to that kind of more flexible style. So I'm very excited to see what happens tomorrow. But yeah, let's just review kind of what happened today overall as we head into the semifinals. I think we started out with 32 contestants, all coming from the qualifying phase, which was a speed run of IS3 in easy mode. All the contestants today competed in Surging Wave 0, which is more of the normal mode of this IS. And all of them competed on a flexible bingo lockout board, and I think that was the main key competitive component here. That both players have to not only be good at speed running IS3, they also have to be very good at reading comprehension and dissecting all the different routes they can take to fulfill a 13 tile board. So that was very cool. I thought that was very interesting to watch. Zai, any thoughts about all the matches you've watched today with me?
I will say it was very interesting to see a lot of these play styles, especially with the use of more meta operators, given that I personally haven't seen a lot of Ling or Texas Ultra action myself. So it's really interesting to see how these strong operators get employed in what you could arguably call more niche case scenarios. Now, obviously, the operators themselves are not niche, but the specific applications of them, such as needing to not knock things out of the air with Texas Ultra Skill 3, what is that? And needing to bind things with Ling Skill 2 when everyone knows Ling Skill 3 is the quote-unquote broken skill. Very interesting applications of these strong operators in ways in which we might not normally see in like regular gameplay. So both a testament to the way in which the board makes the players think, and of course player ingenuity itself.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think a lot of the player ingenuity does come down to how much they actually know IS3 and they know their squads. It sounded like a lot of the times, as long as they carved out their paths, there was not as much RNG that was required until the very, very end. So it was very interesting to see there was like a turning point in a lot of the matches, especially the latest match we just watched, where it felt like the RNG kicked in really hard because they kind of locked each other out of paths that could have easily given the other person the victory. So I thought that was super interesting. I'm really hoping that the matches tomorrow do kind of lend to that very close nature competitive environment, because when there was, I think in our second match that we watched today, it was very clear that once one person takes control in that Alex versus Alex match, when one person takes control, they can get a large majority of the board if they have better foresight. But if both players have foresight, RNG actually becomes a bigger factor later on.
Oh yes, I totally agree. Personally, I think if we had seen a different set of tiles get eliminated in the early game, for example, the Thorns or Mimic Chest or the Deploy in the range of the Altar tiles, I think we would have seen a very, very different last 10 minutes of that competition. Perhaps we would have seen less resets, or perhaps we would have seen entirely different team compositions, but regardless, I do agree that RNG is going to be one of the driving factors going into the next 3 games, and I personally look forward to seeing how our players handle that, as well as if the boards are going to force our players to rely very heavily on that RNG, or if there will be a continued element of skill and foresight and planning that will be rewarded throughout.
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of funny. It's like, do we actually like the fact that RNG is a big reason why these players have made it this far? I don't know. Part of it is like, is that a good thing?
Personally, I like it. Like, this is a bingo lockout tournament. This is not a PvP tournament where we're trying to find the most cracked Arknights player. This is not a who has the best meme clear of IS3 bosses. This is players trying to fill a silly board of 25 squares that may or may not spell out Ligma on our example screen. So, like,
Man.
I think personally that underdogs being able to overthrow established names or people being able to come back from behind because their opponent gets shafted by RNG is just an inherent nature of the game that we've made. But also, I think that, like, since this isn't a tournament to determine the most skilled player, I think it's actually just, like, fine. I would like to see some players who wouldn't be, like, dominant, high-risk CC gods getting to be honored in a community setting.
Yeah, I very much do favor this. I think it would be. I personally think it's more exciting than watching like both players speedrun IS3 because I imagine a lot of that is even more reliant on RNG. Here, one of my favorite things is seeing at what point both players decide to actually restart their run. I feel like that's a very big decision to make because it also pressures the other player and it's like, oh, okay, they're restarting their run. They can pick up on a lot of these tiles that maybe I can't even have access to on my run. You know, should I also restart my run as well? So I think it is a lot more creative than I initially imagined for this kind of bingo format. And I think IS3, given that it is a roguelike mode, lends to this perfectly. And I think this is a very cool format. Oh, sorry. It looks like I got the word. Fang has updated the bracket and we can now see it. Shall we look at the updated bracket?
Yes, who will be moving on to our final 4? Oh, very interesting.
Oh my god, Everest got knocked out!
Your man is dead,
No
Viper, so,
way!
when are we gonna ban him?
Oh, true. I guess, all the people from my community are gone. It's Jover.
And we have 4 people that haven't really been seen on the wider community stage heading into our semis and grand finals, which, honestly, I think is just... I actually like it. I like that this event is a way for people who wouldn't normally be in the spotlight to get to show off what they can do.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited. Honestly, given that the last match between Chthonic and Fersangu impressed us so much, I think tomorrow we're going to have a great semifinals and grand finals to show off the winners. But yes, just to summarize, we have Dissa coming out from the top left. They are going to be our semifinalist. Wei Hazel from the bottom right. Or sorry, from the bottom left. And then we have Jen, the Chinese letters. I'm not sure what that spells out, but they do go by Jen. They're going to be coming forward to fight against Fersangu, who is the victor we just saw in that semifinals. I think this is going to be very interesting.
And if I may interject here, I would just like the chat to know that we had some very, very close matches. Wei Hazel and Fersangu both went to 13 against Doubles 7 and Chthonics 11. But Gian versus Alex and Disa versus Everec both resulted in 12-11s, which implies that it was very close and possibly even required sudden death. So it looks like Wei Hazel and Double was an anomalous match with regards to how large the lead was. And more commonly, it was just a very close match that was fought out desperately to the end. So I hope this bodes very, very well for the kind of matches that we're going to be seeing tomorrow.
Wow. I am very impressed by the quality of candidates that have showed up here. And this has been an amazing day one, Zai. Any closing thoughts to finish out the cast?
Yeah, can we eat popcorn on stream tomorrow? Because I think we're gonna need it.
It's gonna be great. I'm super excited. This is cool. for this big of a scale of a community event to bring out such new names to a community like Arknights, this is absolutely amazing. Wow. I just want to say one final shout out to first Arknights, of course, for sponsoring this event. With Arknights as our sponsor, it does very much give us like a more official meaning to Lungmen Dragons, and I think for these competitors there's much higher stake on the line, so very big thanks to Arknights. And I also just want to thank just everyone out here for tuning in. You know, without you guys as well, the viewers, this could not be possible. For you guys to love Arknights and embrace Arknights, especially in this community environment, it's super special and something that a lot of gacha games do not have. So thank you guys so much.
Yes, I agree. Thank you all for your participation, for showing up, for those of you who submitted runs. Again, we had 975 submissions, so thank you for the overwhelming turnout, and especially for those of you who turned into the live stream. Hopefully we'll catch you again tomorrow, and it'll be equally, if not more, entertaining.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, one final shout out to everyone involved. We will, talk about this again, but there are a lot of parties involved, a lot of tournament organizers in the back end running the brackets, and of course, Rumby, who is responsible for a lot of these animations going on in the background. You see this cool smoky background that was developed by our in-house penguin Rumby, absolute amazing motion designer. So big pats on the back for everyone for making a great tournament and a great day one. And with that, Sai, I think we're ready to close it.
Indeed. Thank you again for everyone who turned out, and to Arknights as well, and Lungmen Dragons for the organizationals. But hey, we can get sappy tomorrow, and we hope to see you then.
All right, guys. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to day one. Thank you so much, and we'll catch you all tomorrow. Goodbye.
Catch you tomorrow.
Goodbye, guys.